Welcome, Internet, to the Play Some Video Games podcast. It's your boy, Dad Ninja Dev, along with Donnie Eat the Right. I can't even.
Did it again.
I can't even. Wow.
2 for 2.
Wow. The clapping cheeks edition. Thanks, Delvin. You just completely ruined me with that one.
He's so proud of himself.
Yes, I am.
Clearly. Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
That's Donnie Eat the Hype Reese, and this is Delvin down there clapping cheeks.
He was eating something. One hype.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And Donnie was engaged in some extracurriculars before we started the show.
Don't blame it all on me. You were late.
There's no blame.
I just filled the time.
Good God. Well, I'm back, gentlemen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Happy to be back. Happy to be back. It was a much needed vacation. I had a good time. And I'm going to go first because I fucking feel like it.
Yeah, you got
All
a
right?
tan. That's good.
I don't think I got a tan at all. There was like no sun.
Huh, okay.
It was cold.
So,
It was
so you were always
overcast and
that
cold.
black.
Darkness is spreading.
Yes. Darkness, everybody. So yeah, we had a nice little Disney cruise. I did absolutely nothing, which is the absolute way I want to vacation because anything else is just work.
I agree.
We weren't parenting elsewhere, which is great. We got drop our kids off at the little kids clubs that they had on the ship, and me and the wife did nothing, and we took naps, and it was fucking glorious.
Sure.
That sounds fun.
Oh my God, it was so nice. It was so nice. I was so well rested. So good.
I go on
Food
vacation
was
next
great.
week.
Nice. Are you going anywhere this time? You just
Nope.
staycation?
Yeah, but I am going to like fill it with stuff though. I was just telling my wife this earlier before the show. I was laying back. I was just talking about the things that I'm going to go do on my vacation.
Deja, go fill up.
I'm going to go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
go
read
get-
my mind, Delvin.
I'm gonna go get sushi. I'm gonna get a massage. I'm going to a car show. I'm gonna go to the movies. Like I've got plans.
That's a great staycation, especially since you
It
ain't got to
is.
take nobody with you. Like that doesn't feel like work. That's
100%.
me time.
Yeah.
My wife actually got me a massage for my birthday before we went on the cruise as a surprise.
Nice. Yeah.
I don't like massages. I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan particularly, but my neck has been stiff like the last 2-3 weeks, like really stiff. Like I need the extra attention at the moment.
Yeah, she was very happy to be like, I got you a massage. I hope you liked it. I was like, yeah.
The first time we got a massage, my wife took me to some cheap massage place, and this, oh God, I may have told this story before. My masseuse was deaf. Just it was fine with me, but like it's hard to communicate.
Right.
So she had like these. It was my first massage.
Right.
So she had like these cards, like this little flip book.
Mhm.
And to me, I was just like really awkward. I was just like really I was like, I don't want to do this. Like, I didn't want to be there the first place,
Mhm.
but like doing all of this on top of it felt like it was harder to do.
Right.
And the massage just was not very good at all. Like, you know, she had like her flip cards were like for like intensity. You know, like if you're going to like Fogo de Chao, like I was like, yo, the most, like more, like do what you're doing, but like 10 times harder. And after
Murder me.
After about 10 minutes of like not working, I was like, you know what, just whatever. I didn't pay. I just sat there. Felt like I was having like lotion lathered on my back nicely. You know, it's just like I've had sunscreen applied to me harder than this.
Wow.
That's disappointing. I'd have
That
figured,
is.
you know, she'd have had like super hearing or super something to make it the massage like amazing. I don't know, like Daredevil or some shit. Apparently not.
He wants her to be
No,
a
it
superhero
was definitely
instead.
not
She's
that.
just deaf.
Yeah.
We don't have those here. That's not how that works here in the
Deaf-
real world.
Deaf people are superheroes.
Okay.
Some of them.
But yeah, at least my massage was good. It was a good
That's
massage.
good.
It was a good massage. So, you know. But yeah, so got on the ship. Kids had a great time. Had really good food. You don't have to worry about dishes or any other shit like that. Just show up.
Jeff's just loving not having chores.
Be entertained.
That's true.
1000%.
You live in like a hotel where like a maid comes through.
1000%. I was very happy.
I have some funny massage stories because
I bet you do.
I am that guy who goes to the mall like, hey, give me a massage.
Why?
Because I don't want to go to I'm scared to go to the ones that are not in public places.
Why?
Because I think they're going to do something that's going to be illegal.
And I'm sure that's where
I mean,
you
that's
like
Florida, so that makes sense.
Said I've massage stories.
No.
Delvin.
That's what I was expecting.
Delvin.
No.
Delvin. If
Not
the
those
glove
stories.
fits. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
No. My massage store.
Of the three of us, one of us is most likely to have gone to one of these establishments.
That is correct.
Surprisingly, not me.
Wow.
But the thing is,
Shocking.
He's going to the mall massage place. What kind
Yeah,
of
Right.
shit?
but the
Worse.
funny thing is, like this, I'm embarrassed to tell the story because it sounds so wrong. So you go in the massage place, right? You're like, yeah, do my back for like 10 minutes, right? So they're massaging your back, or like the massaging muscle thing. Then they just whisper in your ear, feels good, right? Like, yeah, it feels good. $50, 5 more minutes. I'm like, why are you negotiating?
$50?
Yeah, they'll be
Because you're at the mall at a kiosk.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
No, but they're just like in my ear, like talking sexy to me, trying to negotiate more money. I'm like,
course.
leave me alone.
Why are you surprised?
Yeah.
You
Yes.
basically picked up a massage hooker.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it
money.
feels like.
That's
like
their
a
money.
massage,
Yeah.
Well, do your feet? What does your feet like? No, don't touch my feet. Leave me alone. Finish doing my back. And
I was
stop
going to
talking
ask you when you get a massage, what's your go-to area? Like what troubles you? What ails you?
My shoulders, and my legs. Because I'm old.
Where in the legs? Because that's mine too.
Like near my kneecap areas, like my ankles.
Oh,
not my ankles,
very different.
my kneecap.
Mine's my Achilles.
Near my kneecap, it's my ankles. What kind of shit?
Well,
What?
yeah, I'm old. my
Apparently,
kneecap-
you're also really short if your kneecaps are near your ankles.
Yes, my ankle. I am so old.
To be
my
fair, he
ankles are
did say his legs first until I
Yeah.
drilled on him. He just
Yeah.
said all on my leg.
Yo, can we ban Smoking Joe? yo, Smoking Joe, I'm about to tell you to suck. Yo, fam, you are out of line, bro.
Hey, the Heat were on fire tonight.
Yes.
Mine's my Achilles. Like my lower calf and my Achilles, they get so tight and sore I'm constantly stretching them.
I used to have that when I
So,
played basketball. Then I realized I probably should stop playing basketball.
I was going to say,
love
you
it.
didn't play no basketball. Stop
I
lying.
did.
Back when he was rap battling.
Yeah.
What?
It's all
I didn't,
made up.
didn't say I was good at basketball. I said I used to play. There's a difference.
For me, it's usually my shoulders and my lower back. But even
My
that
wife's
is
the
like
lower back.
fleeting. Yeah.
Come with old age.
Yeah. Stingray, I didn't have any fucking lobster tails. I'm not a big fan of lobster.
What was your
was no
favorite thing you
lobster.
ate on your cruise?
Whew.
I don't know.
Beignets. Yeah,
Beignets.
Delvin, you're ugh. Yes, the beignets were my favorite
The
thing. They have
beignets might be better, Delvin. I mean, it's fucking. Have you had a beignet?
beignets are amazing.
I've never had a beignet.
Like a good one? Yeah. Like,
Ooh, these were so we had beignets every day, probably like plates full of them.
my
Every
wife
day.
would be. That's my wife's like favorite.
So I don't know if you probably neither of you probably ever seen Princess and the Frog.
Yes, I have seen.
Yeah,
Princess
no,
and
I
the
saw
Frog.
it. Yeah,
Okay,
we
you
said
see,
we
okay,
had that
cool.
movie.
So yeah, Tiana, like she has a restaurant on the ship, and then outside the restaurant there's like the bayou area or whatnot. And they have a little like lounge there, so that's where we spent a lot of our time, and got the beignets and drinks and everything. And that was where we spent a lot of our time, and that was fucking great.
When I was in NOLA for the Super Bowl, my wife took me downtown to their famous beignet places that they have, and we did that for breakfast one day. It's just dessert for breakfast, Delvin. It's just like,
Sounds cool.
it's good. I mean, it is good.
They're goddamn delicious, and of course, my landscapers
Senor
decided
Dad!
to show up. It's like y'all ain't been doing this shit at Wednesday at this time for months, and now y'all want to return.
Can you hear that, Senor
Here we
Dad?
go. There's my wife. He's talking about our massage experience. It was a massage envy right next to a nail salon called Getting Nailed.
Uh-huh.
It was Valentine's. It was my first massage. She took me and I got a massage from a deaf lady. I was like, this is the worst Valentine's ever. I also made a great joke that I remember on the questionnaire that you have to fill out. You have like your history and everything. They ask you what you're wanting and all that. There was a check mark for facial. Of course,
Oh no! Oh no!
And my wife goes, "I have never thought of that ever until now, and now I don't think I'll ever not think of this."
It's a brilliant joke.
Every single time, right?
Every time. I mean, that joke tells itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, cruise was great. Of course, my son decides to get sick on the last day of the cruise.
Yeah.
At night, as
Kids are gonna kid.
we're done. The cruise is over with. We wake up and we leave the next day. His stomach starts hurting that night. I'm like, all right, he's okay. He seems to be okay. He throws up that night, but is okay and is able to go to bed. Wake up the next morning and it's like it never happened. He's totally fine, running around, acting his normal self while we're waiting to get off the ship. Out of nowhere, I think I gotta throw up. Didn't get enough time to do anything and just all over the floor.
Good job.
So we're like, great. Yeah, it was gross and everywhere.
Yes.
And then we're okay. Crap, we gotta take a 4-hour car ride back to LA. Let's pray to God that he doesn't throw up or get sick or anything. Luckily, we were able to get him what we call it's a hangover cure, orange chicken from Panda Express. If you've never had that after a hangover, trust me, it does wonders. It is a fucking fantastic hangover cure. I don't know why. It just works. So he was fine all the way home. But the next 3 days after the cruise, he shits himself every night in his sleep. So every night we're waking up and he's like, I had an accident. And he just sharted himself, like just diarrhea in the bed. So I've had to change sheets every night and give baths every night around 2 a.m. for on Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. Sunday night, he finally stopped and was able to go to school on Monday, and he's been good. I'm like, what the hell did you have the final night of the cruise? We all had the same stuff. I had the same stuff. I had the orange chicken too. I'm like, what the shit, son?
Your son was living like a Florida crackhead, just shitting himself every night. Yo,
Yeah,
I would have told him after night one, all right, homie, you are sleeping in the tub.
That's true.
I felt so bad for him because the thing is, like throughout the day, he'd be totally fine, like nothing's wrong, being his complete normal self, and then just at night, just all bad. I'll take that back. The first day, he was like on the couch the whole day watching shows, didn't do anything, like dead to rights. And that's how I know he's not okay because he did not move. He's like, I am just
A virus.
posted. Yeah, definitely something like that. And I was like, oh, this poor guy. But now he's fine and all is well in the world. And I'm back to work, back on the regular everyday grind. Taco Goon, you're not wrong.
There was
Don't
almost
say
a
that
fight.
when Rebecca's around.
There was almost a
I will
fight
say
on
it when
set.
she's around. I saw
I got
that.
a talking to by my wife. She's like, listen, you need to be nicer to her. Okay? You've been too mean to her.
Nobody's
like-
mean to Rebecca. I don't think
I wasn't even being mean, I didn't think. I didn't think that I was being mean in this instance. The Eclipse, I was being mean. I own that shit. The other one, I wasn't being mean. I thought I was participating in the conversation. She said it's amazing that Taylor Swift released however many songs, and I was like,
A double album.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not that amazing.
Me and
It's
Delvin had a
double
whole
album.
side convo about that. Like,
I was like, don't a
people
lot of
been
people
releasing
release
double albums
double
forever.
albums?
That's not.
Yeah, I was like,
That's
that's
amazing
not
or new. It's
And what I was expecting her to come back was here's why it's amazing. I love these songs, or how
There was
many
no why.
and no, I just got hit with some shit like we're not even friends. Like, so I'm not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna talk about Taylor Swift anymore. Like,
I'll talk about it plenty. I don't care.
Nope.
I don't understand.
I'm gonna be just like the NFL. Just take over, run my shit, do whatever you want in my life. I don't want this heat anymore.
Yeah,
It
I
got
don't
hot.
get it.
It got pretty
She
rough.
she's so
Goodness.
basic to me.
Goodness.
Just
My
basic.
wife hears it and comes back. She's like, hey, you need to be nicer to her. I was like, what the fuck did I do? So,
I'm always nice to Rebecca.
well, yeah,
Yeah, we know. We know.
yeah, you know why?
We know.
Hey,
Yeah.
sometimes she's nice to me too.
That's true. I know these things. She says some sweet nothings from time to time. You get Delvin looking like, hilarious. I wish I could record it and show it to you guys. You wouldn't believe it.
No, you can't. Somebody would be really mad.
Oh, I love Rebecca. She's great, but
She's amazing.
Taylor Swift sucks. I don't care.
I think
said
that
it.
she likes us because we're like the only people that probably argue with her.
Probably.
You know,
She really was like Taylor Swift had the only double album in history.
right? That's how it sounded.
like
I'm not crazy, right?
No,
That's
not at
how
all.
it sounded.
Trust me, I was right there with you. Like, what is she? No, that's not
Dad
special.
messaged me about it, like, what is she talking about? Like,
Why didn't you message me?
like, literally,
I'm out here taking fucking grenades, John.
yo, there's literally like hundreds of double albums.
Yeah, so many of them. So many of them.
Like two came
ridiculous.
out like this year.
Right. Correct. Chili Peppers have, I think, 3 or 4 of them.
They sure
They
do.
do it like every other album is a double album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's
and I
ridiculous.
meant no disrespect. I was just participating. I was like, hey, that's not that crazy. Like, there's a lot of people that do that.
I didn't think it was
Just like,
disrespectful.
why
at
do
all.
you
It's just
always
like,
shit on everything I
double
like
album,
to
huh?
do, Johnny? I was like, do I? God damn.
There you go. Nelly
She is the
famously has
tribal
a double
chief.
album. She is.
That's correct.
Fuck that. Fuck that tribe. All right. The tribe
Nelly,
can kick rocks.
Nelly famously has a double album called Sweat and Suit.
I saw a TikTok the other day of Nelly performing in what looked like in front of 18 people in a full stadium.
Ew.
Have you seen that?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Wouldn't surprise me, but he's won life. He won it life. He
Oh, that's
Ashanti
true. My
pregnant.
wife swears it's like she was like, that's got to be a
Got
sound.
Ashanti
check or
pregnant. He wanted life.
He won it life. That man got Ashanti pregnant. That man has won it life. That
Yeah,
man,
she done. Woo, boy. Her and Maya. Good God, they done came all the way up. Woo.
if I was Nelly, I wouldn't give a fuck if another motherfucker listen to my album ever again.
Right?
Like, yo, I don't care. You gotta
Oh,
listen to that
my
shit.
rap's trash? Whatever.
Whatever.
You see Ashanti? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all
wife
needs to be
loves
said
Nelly.
about that.
Nelly's great.
That's cool, you know?
Like
She
Nelly.
gets that.
Pimp juice, you know what I'm
I
saying?
call
Great
her
song.
Nelly. I call it her Nelly bounce. It comes in the car and she's riding. And she gets this little like, I don't know. I don't even know how to do it. It's like an up and a left. I can't even do it. It's like a
Donnie, how much does she like Nelly?
she loves Nelly. Yeah,
Has she ever heard the song Tip Drill?
I
I
played
know,
it for her. I know the video and all that. Yeah, no.
I was
You're acting
curious
like
to
you're acting
see,
like
I know
I am
you know
unaware
it.
of this. I know
I know
everything
you
about what
know
you're
it.
talking about.
I know you know it.
Me back then.
Yes. I know you know it. I was curious.
Yeah,
Does
no,
she know it?
I've let her. I've let her.
Yeah. She's like, is this the same Nelly?
It's,
Yes.
it's not.
it is.
Yeah, that's not the song. That's not her favorite song. I'll just put that.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Good stuff. But outside of that, yeah, I'm back
Yeah.
in the regular
Speak.
Stuff.
Speak.
Speaking of things
Speak
that are
of it.
shitting ass, I played the new Ninja Turtles game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've got
It's
that
not
at
the
top of
new Ninja
news.
Turtles game. It's the old one, right? It's old and just here
newest one.
again.
It's
not
not
even
the old
correct.
one. It used to be
right?
the old one. I think of like the '90s. That's the good one.
2017 was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yes.
Ah,
In video game terms, that's a long time ago.
yeah. Let me say the good about it. It's the best game that Game Mill ever made.
Who?
Yeah, Game Mill is not great.
They're terrible. They are the guys who made the King Kong game, the Walking Dead game. They are known for making perpetual twos.
The Walking Dead game, the really crappy mobile like Walking Dead. When you say the
Yeah.
Walking Dead
No.
game,
Yeah, not the
Don't-
one I love.
yeah, don't let people get that confused, man.
Yeah, not the one I love. The one that's awful.
They made hang on, did they make is this the Switch game? No, it's not. Never mind. It says that they made Cruisin' Blast.
I don't
And
believe they made that.
Switch has Cruisin'. Is this the Switch game? Yeah, Nintendo Switch. That game is fucking awesome. That's the best Game Mill game.
I don't believe they made that. I feel like they're lying.
I'm on their Wikipedia. Game Mill Entertainment Games. Cruisin'
Cruising Blast, yeah. They
I
made
feel-
Nick Kart Racers 3,
They made
NHRA
Cobra Kai.
Speed for All, Little
feel-
League World Series 2022, Delvin's
feel-
favorite, the Nickelodeon All-Star
Didn't
Brawl.
people like the Cobra Kai game?
No. I feel like they did like the Drake thing. They ghostwrited
No.
it.
Maybe they did.
Oh no!
They had somebody else make that shit.
They made Zombieland Double Tap, which was not great. I bought that game. That's not good.
Yeah.
How do they? Hang on. Somebody explain this to me.
Okay.
We talk about music and shit all the time in games and licensing, and you're like, you can't make these games. Licensing costs too much. How the hell's Game Mill making every licensed game? Like all these are licensed games.
Because they're taking shitty licenses that nobody wants.
Nickelodeon,
That one is special. I don't know how they got away with that.
Cobra Kai, Frozen.
Is Cobra Kai really that big?
Is it Frozen
really that
huge?
expensive?
Frozen is huge.
Frozen is
Probably
massive.
giving out Frozen. Here you go. Put as much Frozen stuff out as you want.
Kong?
Probably isn't that expensive.
King Kong.
I don't think that's that expensive.
I think. Let me
How?
tell you
It's
about
like
this
the
game.
biggest movie.
This
Is it?
game,
It is. The Kong and Godzilla stuff is hot right now.
Now, whenever they made this game, it probably wasn't.
That's maybe true. But no, that game came out last year.
Yeah.
It was hot last year.
Was it?
Yes.
Godzilla minus one was hot.
I
Kong
haven't watched
wasn't.
that yet.
Anyway, I don't want to get in deep into the monsterverse, but
Let me
how
tell you
the hell's
about this
Mill
game.
doing this shit?
Okay, I don't know how they're doing it. They extorted somebody. They got some news to somebody for it. they got, but the game, okay, for those who don't know, it's an arcade port of the 2017 game, and it's supposed to be kind of like
The 2017 arcade game,
arcade
Correct.
game. So for
like
both,
Dave and Buster's and stuff, like real.
exactly, it plays like a Dave and Buster's game, and not
that's
in a
what it
good way.
is.
It's literally a Dave and Buster's game that's like kind of like a remake of the '92 arcade game, but it's very stiff, very janky, and also,
They game milled it.
yeah, and worst of all, it's 45 minutes long.
It's like that Contra game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to pay $30 for 45 minutes, knock yourself out. But this ain't it, Chief. And also, the worst thing about it to me is there is no online multiplayer. Only multiplayer like couch co-op. So we can't play
That's fine.
together as the Turtles.
You was never going to play together with nobody's turtles anyway, so
Does it
what
have,
difference
like,
does it make?
Does it have online leaderboards?
I didn't even bother check. I threw that shit out my console so goddamn quick. Like, this is terrible. It's not good.
Yep.
Oh, well. So I was right. D-Life, I said just you was playing it.
Yeah.
That was so funny. He was like, anybody playing this?
Just you.
Yeah, D-Life, it's just you. I played this
I
shit.
could not help myself.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but apparently, somehow, Game Mill has savvy licensing. We've partnered with some of the world's biggest brands, including Nickelodeon, Disney, PGA Tour, Universal Studios, Sony, Cartoon Network, and more, turning great IP into great entertainment for console and mobile gamers worldwide.
I guess
You
the
liar.
pitch is we'll pay for the IP and we will make the cheapest game possible, but the IP will be enough that we'll turn a profit.
Yes. That makes sense.
It's like we put the logo on the box and we just reskin some, mobile trash, and then enough people will buy it that we'll turn a profit.
Yes. Or they have news of Jim Ryan and said, if you don't like to make these goddamn games, these are coming out. And trust me, no one wants to see those.
It's a bummer. The kart racer's not awful. It's not good,
not-
but it's
not
mid.
awful.
Like a lot of their games are just mid. That Cruisin' Blast though, don't sleep on Switch. Anybody gets Cruisin', that shit is really good. Like it's a really good
Nick
Switch
Brawl
racing
is
game.
Nick Brawl is actually a really good game. I will say that. Nick
Yeah.
Brawl 2 is really good.
Got that banger of a song. Have you played that game on Switch?
Well,
It's an
Cruisin' Blast,
exclusive. It's exclusive, I think, to Switch.
Game Mill exclusive.
This shit is like cruising. Gonna go
That sounds
cruising.
terrible.
It's so good. It's so good.
Oh,
It's like all these secret hideaways, and it's all kinds of flashy and shiny and stuff. It's fun.
Donnie, you didn't tell us your wife used to DJ.
Yeah, she did.
Did
She
ever-
has all the
dad.
musical talent.
Here's the funny
all the
thing.
music talent.
Her and her dad, and when I was following her around like a puppy dog, her dad would make me carry all that shit. I would go to these damn gigs with him in high school and have to load this trailer and carry these speakers and everything for her.
Did
As
she have
you
like
should, you
turntables
damn
and shit?
roadie.
Did she have the turntables and shit? Did she have like the tagline?
Yeah.
Like, new shit.
She wasn't doing like the
DJ
wicka wicka, but
Melissa.
she did have that stuff. Yeah.
DJ
No, it
Belly
was-
Mel.
No, definitely not like that. It was more
Yeah.
like it was more like an MC. You know, they would pull out the stupid like the conga line and the what's the bar that you go under and shit, Oh, here's a fun one. One time we had to go DJ a wedding back at my old high school, right? So we go to this wedding, and I remember the family. It's this nice, pretty well-to-do family. But their daughter knew me from high school, and she was pretty smoking fine. Like, she was like, I'm not going to lie to you. Even with the wife here in the chat, she's pretty hot. And then she asked me to dance.
Oh,
So I'm there working with my future wife, and this girl's like, hey, we have this dance with me. And I had to dance with this other girl in front of her. Talk about awkward. I could feel her eyes like burning holes. in the
Why
back of
didn't
my
you
head.
just say no?
yeah.
You can't do that. You can't
Also-
do that.
Also,
Why not?
No, you can't. Because they work
Hold on,
off like
hold on.
like they work off tips and stuff.
your wife was DJing.
What does that have
Yeah,
to do
their
with
dad.
Did
The
did
limbo.
you did she like say, now let me play a slow song out there for the live?
We're gonna slow it on down.
Just slow it on down. No.
Slow
And to be honest with you,
jams.
she was just it was just a good friend. It was like a throwaway thing. It wasn't like that at all. But it's still, it was funny moment.
The wife was like, "He's coming home with me anyway. Get your one dance."
No, she wasn't like that. Trust
That's
me.
what I like that.
I
That
had
shit-
to make
Tell
up
you-
for that for the rest of the day.
Tell you what didn't happen. That shit. Oh, I understand. No problem. Dance the night away.
100%. Oh, you don't want to dance with her? Maybe she'll give you a ride home. Yeah, exactly.
You gonna pay for this shit, Rody?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably all weekend. 100%.
I
Her
just want to
dad used
ask.
to make me work for free all the fucking time. I once split a tree. He brought me over and he was cutting a tree. He would split it into blocks, and I had to carry it from one side of the property to the other side of the property. It's just like his damn little fucking work ox.
Yeah, just say it.
He's like, hey, you want to
you
talk to
gonna marry my daughter? Yeah.
That's right. You're gonna. He did everything he could besides hit me to make me go away.
Well, yeah. Yeah. There you go.
And Mel was like, "Well, if you can put up with him, he's worth it."
No, I've always contended that's the thing she liked about me most. So I've
Yeah,
never
that's what I'm
really
saying.
taken his shit from her dad.
That's how it works.
That's what I'm saying.
I constantly would fuck with her dad all the time. I love making him angry. So
Good times. Anything else besides your terrible Ninja Turtles game, Delvin?
No, life sucks, but Ninja Turtles is bad. So there you
Yeah.
life
is
sucks,
out here.
but Turtles is worse.
lifing.
go. Yeah.
Why did you buy it?
Because
I
it's
never
the
played
Ninja
it.
Turtles. That's
never
why.
played it.
Let's be
You're still
real.
beholden to the license, to the IP. You're IP overlords. They own you.
Yes. That is true. I'm not going to deny it.
Yeah.
If it's an IP I like, I'm going to try it.
Look, he
No matter
knows who
what.
he is. He knows who he
How
is.
many of these Game Mill games have you purchased?
All of them.
Not all of them. Not all of them. Let's see.
Let me go down the list and figure out. Let's see. He probably bought the Nick Kart Racers 3,
Definitely.
I
think he bought
Nickelodeon
No.
All-Star Brawl.
All of them.
Yes. I didn't buy Nick Cars Racers 3 because I think it was free on PlayStation Plus or something like that.
Okay.
One
Cobra
of-
Kai,
Yes.
G.I. Joe Operation Blackout,
Yes.
Nickelodeon Kart Racers 1 or 2.
No.
This is like your favorite publisher. You have not bought more. Your ratio of purchases per game on this publisher is higher than any other publisher out there.
That's not true.
Is it?
No, that's not true.
You have bought more. Your ratio on purchased Game Mill games is higher than PlayStation.
Not absolutely not.
You know you was playing that Zuzu Pets. Stop lying.
I don't even know what that is.
One of the like second games. Put Nickelodeon on the cover and Delvin's here for it every
here
single
for
time.
Goddamn right.
At least he knows who he is, you know?
Yeah.
Can't be mad at that. Well, I'm sorry life is lifing, but at least the Ninja Turtles suck more.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, Donnie, you're up. What the fuck you been up to?
We know
Before I
what
get
he's
into
been up
that,
to already.
well, that's
We
true.
know he's been in. Yeah.
I did want to. I've had this on the to-do list for a while, and it just hasn't come up, or I haven't thought about it. I don't know. I haven't been in the mood. I don't know why. But we had a lot of people come through for like months and months and months. We had folks come through. We have whittled that down. We've told them, but we haven't like officially told them, like in the Discord, or made it official yet. So I'd like to go ahead and do this now. Snurts, Barrett 33, as you know in the Discord, TPR, and JV have been officially invited to join Team PSVG. So Snurts has already joined PSXP and will be a constant host over there. And then, when we set out on this endeavor, I was looking to give us some flexibility and provide some scheduling so we can have like some more time off, especially as life's, as we've seen in recent weeks with Dev and Delvin. I was really looking for somebody like Delvin, to be honest with you. Delvin's like the perfect person. He comes in, joins any show. He's very flexible. We couldn't find that person. A lot of people have a lot of commitments. So essentially what I did is I just decided, okay, instead of just bringing on one person, we're going to get that one person out of three people. So the plan is on a rotation, not every week, but probably every other week as schedule allows. Every other week, you will see a rotation of Barrett, TPR, and JV once he fixes his internet. With our regular folks too, like not just them. With Haley, with Chalfie, maybe T drops by, maybe Jason comes by, for a guest. But I'm thinking like every other week we'll add like a rotating fourth chair, and but those three that'll be like their main thing. Will be that every other week thing. So every other week I'll ping them like, hey, who can do it this week? And if they can do it, they'll do it. If they can't, they can't. Because most of them, I kind of think, they're like, we can do it like maybe once every 3 weeks, every month or so. But it'll add a little new flavor. And then, if we need to take some weeks off or if something happens or we get busy at work or something, we won't feel so guilty stepping away. We've got people for that.
Yes.
Which is the important part. So tomorrow in the Discord, I will tag everybody and make it official and update their roles and everything. I did tell them this like a month ago. It's just been a busy month. I've had a lot of things going on. So
I'm glad you said it, Matthew Dawson. Delvin equals 3 podcasters. Yes, the math checks out.
it's not just you.
He didn't say good podcasters.
It don't have to be good. Just 3. Doesn't have to be good. Who said good? Now you push
I very
Swarm
much
bodies.
appreciate you. As somebody else who pulls double duty and shows up every week, I understand what that's like.
Yes.
So I very much appreciate that.
I appreciate that all the shows keep it fun. Like I have fun on Shaq, so I can't be like, oh, I don't like Shaq. No, I love.
Well,
I
I did until I don't think I have fun anymore. I might need to leave again. But I thought, especially, I thought those 3, I thought they fit in naturally with us.
Yeah.
Barrett was like right away. I think we all knew, like,
Yeah.
honestly, within like 7 minutes, we're like, yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
And TPR is his first time, and I'm gonna share a little private message. He was like, man, I was so nervous. I hope it was okay. I was like, dude, you were fine.
Yeah.
And I knew that. So, and then I thought JV was great until his internet
cut out.
back.
Fix your internet, JV. Get your
Maybe
shit
we'll
together.
get him an
son.
Ethernet cord or something, and he can come join the show. But yeah, so that's kind of our changes as we head into the summer with PSVG. On the home front, and the reason that I had that as my update, because I've kind of taken the week off of games. I haven't been playing. It's been twofold. I've been very busy this week. My wife's been playing Animal Crossing on my Switch a lot. So I haven't had my Switches so much. So I was going to come here and tell you tonight that I didn't really play anything, and I don't have anything to say. But all of that changed today. Because last week I opened up my YouTube, and I got a YouTube video recommendation for a new product that Razer just released called the Razer Kishi Ultra. And I was like, no fucking way. Because D-Life and I have talked about for a long time that Apple needs to make a fucking handheld, like an actual Apple handheld, like out of the iPad or something that would actually work. So the Razer Kishi Ultra kind of is that. This
Wow,
is
that
my
looks good.
this is my iPad Mini, right? And the Kishi fits the iPad Mini. It was the first one of these little game holders that I've seen for an iPad, for like a tablet, really. I think there is another one, like the GameSir or something somebody told me is also something like that. But if I take it out and you see that it's a full-size controller, like an Xbox. It's got the
Like the
Razer,
Portal.
it's like the Portal. It's got like the Razer, like tactile buttons, but it goes, like it stretches way out. It can fit any 8-inch tablet, USB-C, and it arrived today from I don't know, Shanghai or something. Same thing, came forever. I'm not going to like review it a whole lot. I've only got a chance to mess with it for like a couple hours. I did post some pictures in Discord. I did throw some up on Twitter. Early impressions are kind of fantastic, to be honest with you. Now
Looks good.
That might just be, new product hype. I don't know. It's a little pricey. I'm not going to lie to anybody about that. It's $150 for a little controller.
God damn.
Yeah, it's pretty pricey. I knew that when I saw it, I was like, there's not a lot of people that are going to buy that.
It's the Razer tax.
But it does, as you said, it does turn my iPad Mini into a portal. A portal for my PC, a portal for my Xbox. But unlike the portal, I can play GTA wherever I want. I can play Retro Bowl. I can play Madden and Call of Duty Warzone and anything else on mobile and Apple Arcade and all that good stuff. Or these Netflix games. I can play Braid Remastered and stuff like that. And all of that stuff runs really great on the iPad Mini. So I played some Grand Theft Auto today. Of course, I played Delta, so the new emulator on iOS, which is a big factor in me deciding to just jump in on this thing day one, because now we can play Pokemon and Mario and Kirby and shit like on our iPhones. So all that works on the iPad, so I can play all that stuff on the iPad too. It does glow. I'm not sure if you guys saw that. It's got RGB and all that jazz.
That's cool.
But it's full thumbsticks, full triggers, like it's a full size controller. It feels like I'm holding a 360 pad in my hand. And it does have there's an app called Razer Nexus.
Don't install that shit.
It's like the Backbone app. Is that like it essentially takes all the games that you install and throws it into a launcher, so you can open that and like use your controller to open everything. I don't really use it, but
Don't do it.
Does have that.
Uninstall it. Razer software is the worst.
I'm aware with you, but like I think on this one, I don't think you can. I think you have to have it like it's what updates the controllers and stuff, the firmware.
Boo.
I played Steam Link. I played Game Pass. Another big reason is like the Portal. When you stream, like I've never been one to play a lot of streaming games on my phone. That's why I use my Chromebook so much to do the streaming stuff, because when you stream a screen like that to the phone of its size, all the text and the menus and everything is it doesn't work. On something like this, it looks great. So I took photos. I don't know what else to really say. I haven't really prepared anything. I took photos. If you guys want to see what it's like, it's there. It's pretty light. Like even with the iPad, it feels very light. I mean, it's a thin profile, I think, overall. Like this isn't very a whole lot. Like I can shake the damn iPad and feel like it's going anywhere, so it feels pretty sturdy. It's nice. It's got a dedicated Razer button. It's got a dedicated capture button. It's got a home screen button and a menu option, and it does have a rolling D-pad, which I do appreciate. So if you're going to get into any fighting games or anything like that, that should map pretty well.
Rolling in a D.
Jesus Christ.
He's on fire tonight. Any thoughts or questions I can answer?
He's on fire.
Well, Tara asked, is it balanced well?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I think it'll vary, right? Device to device, phone to tablet, however you're planning to use it. The cool thing that I do like about this little controller is that it can work with anything. It comes with these different sets of pads. So you can, if you have a new iPhone or the Max or a smaller phone or an 8-inch tablet or a Samsung tablet or an iPad mini, anything that's USB-C up to 8 inches, it'll work. So you can apply, like I could snap this off of my iPad and just put it on my iPhone and just keep playing if I wanted to, which I think is is better than my backbone. My backbone, it could only work with this one old phone that I have. So I like that flexibility. Not that I'm ever going to do it, but if you wanted to, you can also plug it into your computer and just like use it as a controller. It just maps as a wired controller if you wanted to. For you PlayStation folks out there, I don't know. I mean, PlayStation's pretty, aren't they? Like, they're really restrictive with their app. You have to use a DualSense, right?
You have to use a DualSense, yeah.
But
I know they have the backbone, so maybe this will work, but who knows?
This thing has some sort of sense haptic thing that they try to trot out there. It's only, I think, working right now on Android. I just turned the show. I'm never going to use it, but they were talking about it's like it's in the commercial about the thing. If you're into that sort of haptics thing, I got this sense that with that little push that maybe they were trying to have support for PlayStation or something. But I don't have a PlayStation, so I wouldn't download anything to try it. I got nothing to try it with, Tara.
Don't you have a PS4?
I mean, it's not plugged in. It's an ornament. It's just in the cubbies. I can't see. Yeah, the D-pad is like the Series X controller. But yeah, I can make my own portal. It's it's cheaper than the portal. And that iPad not included, of course. But most people, I think, would already have something you're going to snap this into. But with me having an iPad Mini, it felt like a no-brainer.
Yeah,
this thing feels like it was made for the iPad Mini, and I was like, shit, I already have the Mini. I've seen some people on Reddit and on the YouTube channel for this thing. They were like, shit, I got to get a Mini. I was like, I already have a Mini, because when my boss was getting us, giving me, he bought the team iPads, but I wanted one for mobile development, for work, with my boards and stuff. And he was like, which one do you want? I was like, I want a Mini. And he was like, seriously, they're all out? I was like, I want a Mini because it's USB-C. Take the same charger that at the time my phone took, that my Chromebook takes, and my Switch takes. I was like, just get me the Mini and I'll work with the Mini. So I've always had the Mini. So I was like, match made in heaven. This is perfect. I kind of dig it.
Cool.
So I look forward to playing it more.
All right. Well, time for some news.
Hopefully it goes by pretty quick this week. There's not a whole lot out there. Some new game releases that I wrote down because we don't have a ton of news. Stellar Braid pulled in an 83 on Metacritic. I haven't checked it since I put this down, so it may have gone up or down, but it was an 83 when I checked it. Tales of Kinzera Zal, 76. Sandland opened to a Metacritic of 74. Wrath of the Mutants, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Metacritic 52.
Too high.
Yeah.
And then Ayuden Chronicles 100 Heroes, the Suikoden game, 79. So that's the best. Or no, Stellar Blade's the best of the bunch. Stellar Blade had a lot of good reviews today. I saw some impressions and some headlines. People really, really like it.
Donnie,
Yeah.
I can't see as does the thing work with the phone cases.
Some, yeah, it does work with some cases. Your mileage will vary based on your case and stuff. But if you YouTube it, there are people that have it with their stuff in the case and without the case. I saw somebody had an iPad in the case. My iPad doesn't fit in the case. The case is too big. But it depends on your case. But yeah, it can.
There you go.
So yeah, that's the reviews. The big news story today was that Embracer Debraces, as I titled the podcast, they've split their company into 3 different publicly traded entities. Still believe they're all under the same parent.
Yeah.
I think this is like stock manipulation.
Yeah, this is
I think
like
that's what this is.
Konami and Ultra.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah. So I think this is like financial hoops that they're doing, but they split into the 3 groups. The 3 groups are Asmodee Group and Friends, and that's like their tabletop business. Then there's Coffee Stain and Friends, that's their indie label and like free-to-play games. Then there's Middle Earth Entertainment and Friends, which is hilarious because Middle Earth Entertainment and Friends, the company, also services Dead Island and like Metro and all the other games. Tomb Raider. Crystal Dynamics is in the Middle Earth and Friends company.
I mean, it makes sense when this is the AAA. Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
It does when you look at what the groups are. It's
right, but if you were going to name
AA.
that division off of the game property, then you name it Tomb Raider and Friends, not
Middle
Earth and Friends.
No, because Middle Earth is bigger globally than Tomb Raider is.
I think it is a bigger franchise, but it's not a bigger game. What game is bigger?
It doesn't matter. You're
What Middle Earth
looking
game
at
they
Middle
have?
Earth.
They
They
haven't had
own.
one in a long time.
Yeah, they haven't had one in a while, but didn't they buy the licensing for
They did. They
games
owned-
for Middle, and that's
they
why.
own the Lord of the Rings IP.
So it's
Yep,
all of them.
so that's
It's
why they
even,
did that.
Yeah,
It's even the ones
Yes.
that's the Shadow of Mordor ones.
correct.
They own the IP. Yeah.
They own the IP. So I'm wondering, like, and I think this
What
may already be happening, but is
What up?
Crystal going to make a Lord of the Rings game? Are they just going to turn all these people into Lord of the Rings games?
I think Crystal is still working on the next Tomb Raider game right now.
Yeah, and Perfect Dark. They're working on Tomb Raider being published by Amazon, and they're working on Perfect Dark being published by Xbox. But I'm the way they're structured. I'm just wondering if they're just like, all right, when you're done with those, now you make Lord of the Rings game. Maybe. Lars, whatever his last name is, the CEO of Embracer Group, told GameIndustry.biz that they've been taking a lot of hits and criticism, both internationally and in Sweden. Quote, it's been painful, but I still believe in what we do, and I believe in my teams and the vision we set out. Asked how he responds to such criticism, he said, as a leader and an owner, sometimes you need to take the blame, and you need to be humble about if you've made mistakes and if you could have done something differently. I'm sure I deserve a lot of criticism, but I don't think my team or companies deserve all of the criticism. I could take a lot of that blame myself.
I'll take that.
So,
Yeah.
That's well said. It's well said. I mean, the reality is, if they would have got that money from Saudi, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
correct. They really put all of their eggs in the Saudi money basket that didn't come through.
And if he's falling on that sword, good for him.
So, Kenna Bridge of Spirits has been rated for release on Xbox, and that's very exciting because I think that game is great. It's honestly one of my favorite games that I've played this console
I have a
generation.
fun question. Do you think it gets an Xbox decrease?
Yep.
Like, instead of the
Yeah,
PlayStation
maybe
boost,
so.
it gets the Xbox.
Absolutely.
I don't think so. It'll be one of the better linear action adventure games on the platform.
I think it's a great fit for Xbox, honestly.
It's just a really good
It's a
video
good game. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
great game.
a great game.
Xbox needs more games like that, so it's dope.
Xbox needs more games.
Steam's closed their early access refund loophole, which I didn't know was a thing, but if you buy a game that comes with early access, you could play all through the early access and then return it for a
Oh
refund.
shit! I didn't know
'Cause
that.
that early access didn't count against your 2-hour window. So now it does. So if you buy the early access and you play for 3 days, you can no longer return that shit for a refund.
Huh.
So
I'm surprised it took him that long to do that.
right? Metaphor Refantazio, the next game from Atlas, got a big release, a big special edition, all that jazz. Comes out October 11th. I thought it looked great. I watched
It
the
does.
trailer, I scrubbed through it. I'm not going to play it, but if it comes to Game Pass or goes on sale, I do think I want to give it a try because it looks like Persona,
Yep.
but it's an action RPG, which means I get to dodge around and actually swing sword and shit and do stuff, which is usually where I get left when I start playing games like that. I get bored as hell waiting to take my turn. The only game that I really play like that is Fire Emblem and Pokemon. Like outside of those, like that turn-based stuff just is not my thing. I get bored. So I thought that looked cool. I definitely want to try it. I won't be there day one, but I will play this game. At some point, I will give it a try. Any other thoughts? I thought
Delvin said it looks cool.
Looks
I've
cool.
I didn't. Today years old. First time I'm hearing of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
My son's excited for it.
ID at Xbox will have an event next week on the 29th. They will show games like Dungeons of Hinterberg, 33 Immortals, which I am excited to see, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, and many others. So
If they don't show replaced, they can kiss my ass.
maybe they
Where
will.
is replaced? God damn it.
We'll find out.
It's been replaced.
Son of a bitch.
Fortnite Festival announces support for Rock Band 4 guitars as Riffmasters begin to ship out. I got my shipping notice today, so it'll be something else I'll be doing my vacation, playing lots of fucking Rock Band. So
That's cool.
very excited. Very excited. But if you already have a Rock Band 4 guitar and it still works, it's not broken or anything like that, and you want to play Fortnite Festival, you can plug that bad boy in and
Absolutely
Fortnite.
not.
I don't understand the Fortnite Festival. My son was trying to explain it to me. He said the songs are $5 each.
What?
That doesn't. I was like, there's no way. He's like, they are, because he said the way that it works is it's multiplayer, so you don't have to buy all the songs. So like, you buy a song, and then you join a party, and like you put your song in the playlist, and somebody else puts their song in the playlist, and somebody else, and you build like a communal playlist that you play together. Or something like that?
No. Go away. Stop this. Get me off this. No.
And I asked him, I was like, so does it rotate out like the battle pass? Like if you don't buy it, then it just goes away and you can't buy it again? And he said no. He said that music stays all the time. But I was like, I don't get it. But like Rock Band songs were like $1.50.
It's the Fortnite bump.
That's way too much.
I just looked it up. Yeah, each song has a price of 500 V-Bucks, which is equivalent to $4.50. Fortnite
Jeez.
Festival also features its own battle pass, which is known as Festival Pass,
That's the
allowing
other thing.
players to unlock additional songs and cosmetics.
I asked him, I said, does the battle pass come with music? He was like, no. I was like, what a racket, man.
It's probably because the music licensing is so much more expensive than it used to be. So
Fucking
maybe
Game
that's
Mill's
it.
doing it. I mean, if Game Mill can do it, I
Are
don't
they
know,
licensing
man.
music?
They do. They have the Nickelodeon music and stuff. They do. They have voice acting.
That's not the same as actual music,
Just saying,
though.
Game Mill can
Just
do it.
saying. Look, man.
In a review with GameFile, former CCO at Epic Games disclosed the reason that Samus never made it to Fortnite was that Nintendo only wanted the skin to be shown on the Switch version of the game.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I believe
Anybody
it.
surprised?
That's a Nintendo
Not
ass
at
thing
all.
to do.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah. The thing that I was potentially going to say for Shaq is when I first read this story, my very first reaction was, man, at some point Nintendo has to participate in like the rest of video games. And then my immediate
don't.
follow-up thought was, no, they don't.
No, they don't.
Like they really, and they never have. Like they really don't.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah, they
Nope.
never have. They're like, yeah, I don't know
For
what
what?
any of that is. We don't do that. It is
We
kind
don't
of
do that
odd
here.
how isolationist they are. But
Is it?
That's true. No, I mean, yeah, I do think it's odd that they are that way. It's
I
like
don't. I think it's like we do what we want here. Period.
well, sure, but I don't think it's actually that. I actually don't think it's that boastful. I think it's like, I honestly think it's more like it's a Draper thing. It's like we don't even think about you. Like they're all. It's not even on their radar. You know, it's not
Yeah.
even like we do whatever we want. It's just like this is what we do. You
yeah,
know?
I appreciate them for that. And I hope they never change.
No, I don't think they are, and I just don't think Nintendo's ever going to be in Fortnite.
Nope.
I'm
You know,
good
like,
with
I
that.
think that's what that is.
I'm
Which
good with
is,
that because
watch them make their own
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Don't need to be there.
They'll make their own Smash Fortnite or something, and then it'll be its thing.
Yeah.
The metaverse opens Quest OS to new makers, paving the way for potential for third-party headsets. Mentions Microsoft, Asus, and Lenovo as partners. They even said that they're working on a special. How did they put it? It's like a special Xbox-inspired version of the Quest. What I think they're going to do is they're going to like put some Xbox stickers on one.
Yeah,
and it's gonna
slap a
come with
logo on there.
It's going to come with a controller and some Game Pass. I think is what they're going to, and like an Xbox box. You know,
Damn right.
Yeah.
which is weird. Like, why wouldn't? I mean, part of me is just like, okay, then why don't you figure out how to plug it into the Xbox? But I definitely don't think that's going to happen. It's just going to be like a Game Pass machine and a headset. But Quest 2 gets a permanent price drop to $199 for the 128 gigabyte edition, which I saw that price and I was like, damn, that's pretty good. I
That's a
don't
good
want,
price.
but like if I could get a used one for $100, I might. Like just to fuck around with. Like I might.
Gotta tell you.
Dude, that's almost as much as I paid for this fucking iPad holder. You know, like $199. I've had a Quest 2 before. Like that's almost worth it for Beat Saber alone. Like that one game, I could tell you could get enough out of it just for that.
Yes. And
Instead
yes,
of
this Dunkin'
buying-
Donuts coffee's good.
Instead of buying Fortnite Festival songs, you could get Beat Saber and buy that music instead.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty good.
Buy Quest 2. Save up. It's worth it. Quest 2 is fantastic.
Do you still have your PSVR 2, Delvin?
I can't give that shit away.
You could trade it in and get a Quest 2 for free.
I have a Quest 2. Quest 2 is great.
You can get another.
Of course
one.
he does.
You have two of
Yeah,
them.
get two. Why
I
not?
played way more of my Quest 2 than I played in my PSVR 2. Way
No
more.
surprises there.
Not even close.
100%. So that's pretty good. The last story that I had is rumor control. There was a ton of buzz over the weekend. Cillian Murphy is coming to be the next antagonist, a Far Cry game. But the leaker had it was like a cryptic message of these different pictures that meant something, and one of them was a picture of him. And people were like, "Oh shit!" He then came out and said that's not what that's supposed to be. So he's not going to be in the game. But apparently, and this goes back to our podcast last week where I was maybe just completely off base. I wasn't expecting. I thought maybe they could tease Far Cry. Maybe this was going to be, but I think Far Cry is next year. I think it's still some ways off. That never stops Ubisoft from showing a game, but I wasn't expecting to see Far Cry. It seems like we are about to see Far Cry. Like there's a lot of, not just this leaker, there's a lot of like leaker buzz around that Far Cry 7 is about to be shown, which is also surprising to me because having followed all of the rumors about Far Cry for like 2 years about the timer and the deadline that the game has and the new mechanic and everything, almost every one of those people said that the multiplayer Far Cry was coming before the single player Far Cry was. And I talked to Jeff about it over the weekend, and he made a really good point that it's Ubisoft. And like Hyperscape and like X-Defiant and like Heartlands and all of these multiplayer games that they're making, it's probably just in constant development, like Skull and Bones. And it's probably just been pushed or delayed. It's just not ready, and they just keep working on it. Yeah. Which is probably the best excuse. Like the simplest excuse is most often the answer, because even he was like, yeah, everybody did say the multiplayer was coming. I've been following this breadcrumb trail for a while because I'm really interested in what the next Far Cry game is going to be, and I don't want it to be a fucking multiplayer game. So maybe the next game will be like what we want, Far Cry 7, which would get me excited. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'd be super excited for Far Cry 7. I like 6 a lot.
Yeah,
I love 6.
I like 5 better, but 6 was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to see what the characters are and what the place is before I get excited.
I want to go back to 3 because I was really digging 3, and then it lost my save, and that might be like a fun game to like now that I've like kind of forgotten about it to give it another try again, see if I can get it to work. But I didn't like 4. That's my lasting memories. I don't like 4 like at all.
Pagan
I just don't like it. I don't like 4. 4 is my least favorite. It'd be like 4 at the bottom, then Primal, then 3, then 6, then 5.
I like how everybody just glazes over the first 2 ones.
Right, like they just don't exist.
They don't exist.
Yeah,
Like
I played Far Cry 2, and I'm like, wow, this is really going back, and like this is really something else. But yeah, like Far Cry 5 is definitely my jam.
Yeah. My son did that exact same thing earlier today.
Oh, and New Eden is another one that I want to go back to and replay. I forgot about New Eden. Just below 6. I like 6 a lot. New Eden just below 6. So 5,
Okay.
6, New Eden, 3. Yeah,
I need to play that one.
New Eden's great. It's fun. It's Far Cry 5 DLC. It's good. New Eden is beautiful, and it's super fun what they do with like weapons and shit. Like that's the best part. The thing that detracts it from like me really loving it is what they did with the story. Having been as invested into 5 and the seeds and all that, the story, I was like, oh, well, this is just kind of lame. You know, it's like, okay, it's like video games. Like it's fine, but it's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. I wanted like, I think I wanted at the time, like post-bomb Far Cry 5, like kind of like Fallout, but Far Cry. And like it kind of is that, but it's not as much as I wanted it to be.
It's more like Mad Max, isn't it?
Not quite. And I think that's the thing, not enough. Right.
Okay.
So what we need to do is we need Ubisoft to get the Mad Max license and just make a Mad Max game with the Fallout fucking shit. And
That's
it's like,
a good idea.
With the Far Cry shit. And it's like, now we're fucking talking. Like that's the game we want. And I think that's kind of maybe what I wanted New Eden to be. And it wasn't quite that, but that doesn't mean it's bad. I do like it. It's just the story, the writing I wasn't a big fan of. But it's playable. I finished it, and I remember it. It still feels very memorable. So
that's good.
It's really pretty. It's very colorful. in a way that Far Cry 5 is not. And the sisters are crazy. And as I say those things, it makes me really want to say, Dev, you should probably try New Eden one day. That
I didn't
might
like
be
Far
the
Cry
shift
5,
off of what
so
you don't want from 5, though. It might be.
If I don't know the end of the story, it just doesn't.
If you're bored
it's not the
one day, just maybe take it for a spin. It's in the library. You don't even have to buy it. I'm just throwing it out there.
Take it for a spin.
Just throwing it out there.
Take it out to a nice meal. Just try a little bit. You ain't
And
got to
with
commit to it.
That's the news.
All right, so we've got an update to our Rude Days
Hang on.
93 segment.
My
Wait,
bad.
what happened?
I've always done this. For whatever reason, I call it New Eden, because that in Far Cry 5 isn't that like the town, I think, or like their little
Yes,
habitat?
the town of New Eden.
It's called New Dawn, and I've done that since this game was announced.
We knew what the hell you meant.
Announced, I always call it New Eden, and it is New Dawn. And I apologize.
Look, it's New Eden. All right, from henceforth, it'll be known as New Eden on this podcast.
I don't know why they didn't call it that, but you know, it's like how we do with Ubisoft Connect. We all call it like Uplay or Ubi Plus, right? It's like it's not its name, but like that should be its name. I've done that with this game forever. It's like it should just be called New Eden.
Yeah. Like Jeff and
From
Giff.
henceforth, it will be.
Yeah, I should play that on this PC. I bet this PC could make that a lot better than my Xbox One did. I could doll.
It'll be very
New
pretty.
Eden, you could doll up, but I'm telling you, it's a looker. If you max that thing out, I bet it's really nice.
All right, so yeah, Rude Days scoring update. Everybody got the under on. I'm gonna call it Sadland, not Sandland. Sadland.
It's
Correct.
pretty good though, right? Like I saw some reviews that were pretty positive. Is it bad? Is the Metacritic bad?
I mean, Metacritic was like 70-ish. So you know.
Oh, really? I saw a lot of like positive things.
70's fine.
I thought I missed it actually because I saw so many people that were really enjoying it. I was like, maybe
70's fine.
wrong.
It's not terrible.
It's a 73
Oh wow, no, yeah,
based
that's about
on
what I was
36
expecting.
critic reviews.
That's what I was expecting. That's about right.
Yeah. Delvin firstly was wrong on Stellar Blade. So the score right now is Donnie 27, me 21, and Delvin at 20. So yeah. Is what it is. That's where we're at. So right now, the over or under 88.5 for Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. 2014's Hellblade received an 81 on the PS4 and actually got an Xbox bump to 88. So
Ooh.
over or under 88.5 for Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
So this hurts because I got to go first. And I want to take the over like so badly because I just want this game to be everything that I want it to be. The fucking media cycle for this game has been nothing but disappointment for like the last 6 months. Just one thing after the other of what it is and what it isn't, more importantly. And I'm afraid that this game might get reviewed for more of what it's not than for what it is. And the other thing is that, like, I think the 88.5 is a really good line, the rude. But, like, if it was an 89 or higher, wouldn't that make it, like, Xbox's best game in, like, a long time? And I got a feeling, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's the duration, if it's the digital, if it's the 30. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's high. And I hate to do it, but I think I'm going to take the under. There's also a little, I'm gun shy. I'm scared. I'm scared to take the leap. I've been burned too many times. You know, like it's a publisher won too many times. Too many Redfalls, too many Starlinks, too many, like it's too Starfield. Like it, you know, it's been, if it's not Microsoft Flight Sim, it's not good. You know? I think the game is, here's the thing. I want to be clear. I think the game is going to be incredible. And I think I'm going to love it, regardless of what the fucking Metacritic is. But a part of the Metacritic, I do think, is the narrative that the game is taking on. And I do think there will be some outlets that do hold it to that narrative. I think we see in a lot of review cycles. And I think just that, enough of that criticism would be enough to bring that score down to maybe an 86 or an 85 or an 84. 89 aggregate is really high. like a good game, like Stellar Blade, has a lot of praise, and it's not an 89, right? Isn't it like an 83 or something, 84?
Currently, it's 82 based on
See?
110 scores.
See, and like then a lot of those scores are 9s. A lot of those scores are 9s. So I'm gonna take the under.
It's a tough one because I feel like this game is a 9. Like
I agree with you.
all
I agree with you.
bullshit aside, like
Yep.
the length, it doesn't matter. Like the
but to
game,
people it
I
does,
feel
and
like
reviewers
is
it
going
does.
to be a 9,
Yeah, but you're gonna
Like-
people are gonna finish it in 4.5 hours. They're not gonna give it a 9.
which is absolute nonsense.
It's like The Order.
It's just so stupid.
Another game I
see.
loved. I fucking love The Order.
Order's great.
I had to hook up the plate. Bring that to PC.
Yeah, they should have brought that to PC.
So just looking at like the best games this year, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has the highest Metascore this year at a 92.
We should call it Metal Score. That's better.
I like it.
Metascore 92.
Love it.
And think about how much they talked about how bad the performance modes and everything else was on that game.
Fair. Good point. Good counter. Very good. But that was PlayStation.
It's a PlayStation bump.
I think that matters. That is a game exclusively on a system that a lot of those reviewers like to play more than the other one.
Yes.
And I do think that matters here.
I'm trying to look for the highest scored Xbox game, and there isn't one. Like every game that's 90,
It's
even
gonna be
80
a-
above,
What's going to be a
they're
third party
all
game?
they're all third party.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
trying to find one that is just
We
Forza.
haven't had a whole lot of releases this year, like first party Xbox.
yeah.
That's why
There
they're
isn't
putting
one.
Grounded and shit on Switch.
There legitimately isn't one. So the highest thing on Xbox is Like a Dragon, which has a 92, but it's also
Wow, that's a really
Dragon.
good score. That's a really high score.
Like a Dragon's good.
Maybe it gets the over. Maybe it can get an 89. See, if this was like, I think if the line was like 86, I'd take the over. But
yeah.
it has to be 89 or higher, right? If it was 87 and a half, I might take the over.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It's
To be
tough.
fair, it has to be 89 when we record.
Yeah.
So it
Does it?
can go. So
It
it
has
can-
to be 89 whenever Rude Day says it.
Yeah,
is.
it has to
That's
be
really what
89
it boils
when
down
Rude
to.
Days does the math.
Yes. You know what? I'm going over.
I love
Fuck
it.
I'm going over.
This is a
I-
point
I-
I'm happy to give away. I'd be so happy
You
to
know-
spend this point.
I think this is going to be, and I could be wrong, but I'm going out there. I think this is going to be one of the Game of the Year categories. This is gonna
I
be like-
agree.
is my-
1,000% with you. I'm
This
taking
is
the
my
over also.
Thanos sacrificing my daughter moment.
Yes.
I'm throwing this point off a cliff to save Hellblade. Okay.
I think this is going to be the one where everybody's like, this is the game that you want for Xbox.
That's
This
all
is
I've
the
ever wanted.
game you've been waiting for. They've been quiet on it. Other people been talking, but they've been
They
quiet.
haven't been quiet on it. They show the trailer, and every time they show something, people hate it.
Yeah, they hate it, but they're still cooking. I think they're cooking up something great.
I do
I
too.
hope you're right. I really hope you're right.
I think this is going to get like a 95. I honestly
Wow.
believe it. I think it's
I would
going to be.
so happy.
I think the game is going to be so good that like all of it being at 30 frames, people can like it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Tears of
matter.
joy. Tears
Yes.
of joy.
Yeah,
if it
tears
is-
of joy. I
if
honestly
this
believe
happens.
that this game is going to cook.
I was thinking it's going to get like a 92 when it comes out.
That'd be great.
92. I think.
I hope you're
It's
right.
great.
Yeah. Shifting gears completely. Over or under on 82 and a half for Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door.
Over.
2020's Paper Mario: The Origami King received an 80.
Switch bump.
Over.
Switch bump. I'll take
I
the
agree.
switch bump alone to give it over that.
Yeah, over.
This is
I
the
don't
best
even know what
Paper
the
Mario
hell
game that's ever
this
been
game
made.
is.
Yeah, this is the best Paper Mario game that's ever been made by a mile. And this Paper Mario engine that they're remaking this game in is one of the most beautiful game engines I've ever seen. Paper Mario Color Splash, kind of a mid game, super gorgeous to look at. Paper Mario Origami King, pretty good Paper Mario game, also super gorgeous to look at. This thing is going to like wow people on Switch OLEDs, I think.
I agree.
Even at 30 frames a second, it's going to be like amazing. So, yeah, I'm taking the over.
Sure,
I think
whatever
Paper
you guys
Mario
say.
1,000 Year Door. I would peg 1,000 Year Door at like 86.
Yeah, about the same. I would agree.
Yeah, it's not gonna go super high because it's a remake.
Yeah.
It's a remaster. It's not gonna go crazy high, but it's gonna be like, this is one of the best remasters.
85, 86. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, pretty positive.
Sure, I'll take it. Take the over too. I don't know anything about this game, and I don't plan to.
It's Mario. He's a paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn-based Mario game. What's the game that it mimics? Like, what's the RPG game that it mimics? Is it like old Final Fantasies or Chrono Trigger or something? I don't know. I don't know RPGs.
It's just a simplistic RPG, really.
Yeah, it really is. You have like a party. You
Yeah.
get like a party, and you can like, you do the turn-based attacks, and it's very Mario. It's a really good story.
I don't think I've ever wanted to play a Mario game less.
Well, Dream Team would be worse. Mario and Luigi series is worse than the Paper Mario series. That's the real turn-based game. Like that's at least Paper Mario is fun. It's paper. It's paper puns. Everything's flat. Dev.
Yeah, no.
You get folded. Bowser folds you up in like a paper airplane, like throws you. It's good. It's funny.
No, thank you.
Nah. Well, we tried. Go to Twilight Town.
I don't know what the hell that is. What is Twilight Town?
Awesome. Missing out.
I don't think I am.
You're missing out.
I know who I am, and I'm not. Not missing out at all. All right. It's question time. We got a lot of questions.
Let's
A lot of questions.
Let's
just go. Let's go. Yarden says, is Bronny James ready for the NBA, or do you think he should stay in school?
Yes.
That's the answer.
I've never seen this dude play.
I have.
But
he's not bad.
He ain't Bryce.
He's just to be honest with you, I was going to say he's just average, but he's actually on NBA levels, he's a below average prospect. He's a second rounder that will get drafted in the first because of his dad. Not because of his dad because they think they're good, because they think his dad might come to their team to play for them.
Correct.
Yeah. So no, he'll be fine. He might be a fine NBA player. He's going to be a role player, an off the bench player, a defender, like a 3-and-D shooting guard. I don't expect him to ever like be a dependable role player like on a championship team. I don't think that's like his ceiling. I wish I had a player comp for him, but I really don't. A comp might be too strong for him. So
I've seen Bryce play. He's better.
He's the real deal.
He's better. I don't know about the
I
real
don't really
deal,
start
but
watching
he's better.
folks play until college. So I tell you, on a college floor, Bronny just fades into the brain. He's just one of the guys out there. The dude averaged like 4 points a game. Like it's in college.
Yeah,
like,
I saw his average. I'm like, what made you decide to come out? You didn't do anything in college. I don't
He's
understand.
in the portal. If he doesn't get drafted to a place he likes or high enough, he's in the portal. And a lot of people say that Ohio State has the big money offer for him to come to Ohio State and play.
I guess. There you go, Yarden. Stay in school, kids.
Yes, especially if you're not good at basketball.
He's good at basketball. He's just not his dad. His dad is fucking the greatest. Even for that loss that they had, which was, I woke up and was like, no fucking way. The Lakers were cooking when I went to sleep. That said, LeBron was a monster in that game. Like, good Lord. Dude's 40. He's so old. But before we move on to the next question, I got hit with a stat on the podcast earlier. Crazy stat. Because here's why they lost. We know Jokic is great. Been saying it for a long time, right?
20, 27, and 10.
In the history of the NBA playoffs, the entire league, the entire history, there have been 8 games where a player has gotten 20, or 10 or more in a game. He owns 4 of the 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is like people, it's for somebody who has multiple MVPs in a championship, it's crazy to think that I still think he might be underrated. Like, people still really don't respect this man's greatness. He's that good. Like, all-timer good. Really good.
I'm not going to say the reason why.
That's
we know the reason why. He's great, but he's white and he's boring. That's why he doesn't get the respect.
That's correct.
Plain and simple.
That is the answer.
I think that's a part of it. I don't think that's all of it. I do think that it is also that it's Denver and that it's West Coast and it's not the Lakers and it's not, I think that has a lot to do with it too.
That's the vast majority of it. Because if he was Larry Bird talking shit, it'd be a whole different ballgame.
I don't think it's
if he was Luka. If he was
Exactly.
Luka, he'd be in talking shit because nobody cares about Dallas. Like we don't look at Dallas like that, but it's because Luka talks that talk.
Yep.
He hit a 3 and said, "I'm an asshole." Like,
Yeah, but Jokic walks that walk. Like
He does.
He's silently great.
yeah, and then he wants to go play with his horses. So it's like,
he just leaves.
Get out of
He's
here.
kind of boring. He's kind of boring.
That's what it is.
But if he was doing that in New York, he'd be the fucking. You wouldn't be able to shut up about him. Like if he was in Brooklyn, the fucking people would be just falling over themselves to talk about him.
Yeah,
if he was in
but
Philly, but he's in Denver.
Yeah.
Denver's not even like Utah when it comes to basketball town. Like Denver's not a basketball.
Denver's not even talking about him.
Right, exactly. Like he's in Denver. Like that's the thing.
But the same thing is you still heard talk about like Carmelo when he was in Denver. Like you still had that hype.
Yeah, but
he's white and he's boring, and that's why he
that was a
doesn't get
crazy a future Hall of Famer. Oh, he's been a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's
Absolutely.
been a Hall of Famer. But dude, 4 of 8 all-time playoff all time.
Yeah,
That's
Kareem will all-time numbers. That's insane. He owns half of them.
Yep. The reason why the Lakers lost is because Denver just started hitting shots that they weren't hitting in the first half, and the Lakers just kept playing the same way.
Put respect on it. Let's add a little bit more to it. One of these games he just had was against Defensive Player of the Year Anthony Davis, who he owned in that game.
Who he owns every game.
And here's the thing. I know how you feel about Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis has had arguably his best year as a professional basketball player this year. He's been great. And Jokic made him look average. like he just,
Anthony Davis didn't score in the fourth quarter and only took one shot.
It's so that's crazy. That's crazy.
Jokic
I felt
is
bad
that
for you
dude.
guys.
I didn't. Get him out of here.
Yeah, I know. You're like, just send him home.
Just send him home. We're not winning this series.
The fight. I love the fight. I want them to, I still.
Our bench has scored 17 points in 2 games. Those
true.
17 points have been scored by one person.
Makes me think of those old Cavs team, where LeBron's out there scoring 50 and everybody else is scoring 35.
That's exactly what this is.
We
are who they thought we are.
Smiling.
We thought they were.
This team's put up 25 threes a game. He's out there
Goddamn
playing
right.
with no stars. Nobody knows the damn players' names.
All I want them to do is beat the Celtics. And I'm happy.
Heat culture, baby.
I would love to see them beat the Celtics.
That's all I
It's
want.
not going to happen. It's not going to happen, but I'm rooting for you.
That's all I want.
Look, man, anything could happen. You never know.
Yeah.
You do. You never know. Teams get hot, right? You never know.
God
That's
damn
true.
it, Smoking Joe. Get out of that bullshit. Take that shit to Shaq.
You're there too.
Fuck.
Take it to Shaq. Take it to XP. Take it everywhere. It goes with Delvin.
Cadillac.
God damn it.
Moving on. Rebecca wants to know which Pokemon
I missed this.
would make the best name for a human person.
This is the shit starter.
This
Jess
is
started
Delvin's-
all of them.
This is Delvin's favorite person. This is
She
number
started
one
all
person of Delvin's
She
fan
got me in
club.
hot water with Rebecca. I don't even know if we're friends anymore. It all started because of Jess.
Jess ruining friendships around here. Good job, Jess.
Yeah.
What was the
So
question?
yeah. Rebecca wants to know which Pokemon would make the best name for a human person.
Oh, that's right.
Do we have to say human person? We couldn't just say person?
Human person.
Human
Which
person.
best makes for human
Human
person.
person.
Rosalia is the correct answer. Because you could just be Rose. I'm sure there's probably people named Rosalia, so that makes sense. Evie is the other one. I know a girl's named Evie, so that makes a lot of sense. Usually spelled Evie, but that's the other one. We said that in the Discord. We came to
That
to
was
conclusion.
the name I was going to use because I know it's
I have a
hard.
third one that I think makes sense. It may be a little bit of a stretch, but I actually think it's probably true. And my third one would be Meryl. Like we call people Merle and shit all the time. Like it's really close. I could totally see somebody named Meryl.
There are people named Meryl. That's
what I was thinking, right?
Yes.
So Meryl, that was the other one. That's the other one that came to my mind. Nobody mentioned that in the Discord, so I was holding on to that one.
I don't know any.
Oh, of course,
Pokemon.
Meryl Streep. Duh, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I was actually thinking like I could see somebody named Meryl like spelled the same way, like Meryl, Marrill. I was thinking like that in my head.
I'm sure somebody down south will spell it that way.
Yeah, well, that's the Pokemon spelling.
I know.
That's a down south thing. It's how they spell the Pokemon.
Maybe spelling it weird down
North
there.
south.
Just saying.
It's the far east spelling. Is what you're like. Okay, it's not the south spelling.
Hey, we got people named like Debraces. So
Yes.
Ferguson.
yeah, exactly.
I got you.
I'm just saying.
Did I tell you? I told you guys. There's a guy in my sheriff's department. His name's Sergeant Al Capone. His last name is Al Capone, and he came through our place during the indictments when we booked him. And I was like, I saw his name come across my screen to like create an account. He was in the room, and in front of everybody, I was like, "Your name is not. You are not Lieutenant Al Capone." And he was like, "Yeah," and he responded to me in a way to which I realized I was the first person to ever bring this up to him.
That is insane.
I was like, "There's no."
Yeah.
Somebody has said this to you before. He's like, "What's the issue with my name?" He had no idea what I was fucking talking about.
How is that possible?
Like that. You
Right.
see?
How is that possible?
You don't know what's wrong with your name, you see? Do you know what Tommy
Yeah,
got?
see? Sergeant Al Capone saying, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not the crazy one here.
Right. And that's the thing. That's the thing. He was with a group of like 4 people, and they were like, "Is that supposed to be funny?"
His fucking name is Al Capone.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Oh, Lord have mercy. That's sad.
Yeah.
There you go. I don't have any Pokemon names. So
Human person.
human person.
Loud Red.
What?
Po Buddy. I'm looking
Po
up
Buddy?
names. Yeah, I'm looking up Pokemon names.
I'm gonna give you Digimon names. Leomon.
There
Yeah.
you go. That sounds like a black
could
dude
see
from the
that.
projects.
Yeah. It really doesn't it?
Andromon. Argumon.
Rice. Did you see us
Jigglypuff.
with the Aaron? The Aaron? That's what Rebecca said in the Discord?
Yes,
I didn't even know if there is a Pokemon named Aaron. But I just instantly thought of that skit.
Yeah.
She was
All
like,
of those.
Aaron. She's like, I think somebody could be that. I was like, that's a thing.
That's a thing.
That is a thing.
Aaron?
Yeah.
I have a few people that work for me named Aaron. TPR wants to know, what is the ideal warm beverage?
I'm excited for this question.
Okay.
I think this could be our next waffles pancakes question.
Oh shit, here we go.
Here we go.
Because I feel like Delvin's going to say some outlandish shit.
He's gonna say something basic and boring as
Doesn't
fuck.
it? So I feel like the 2 things that come to mind for me are apple cider,
Yes.
hot chocolate.
Bingo.
hot chocolate was my answer, by the way.
Wow, look at us. Look at us.
Look at
Never
that.
mind. I was way
Look at
off
that.
base.
I never had apple cider, so I don't know what it is.
Oh, there it is. You fucked it up.
Why the fuck would I have apple cider in Florida?
The same
Why would you
reason
have hot
it
chocolate in
anywhere.
Why would you have
Right.
hot chocolate? By that
That's all
standard,
we
why would you have
have.
hot chocolate in Florida?
Because that's all we have: hot chocolate and like coffee.
No, listen to me. Listen to me.
Everywhere
When you-
has that. Delvin,
Exactly.
Why did you say why would we have hot cider? In
have,
Florida?
yeah. What?
That's
Why would you say that though?
Because that's not a thing here. People don't really
Hot
get
cider, it's a thing.
Not
Cider's
here.
a thing.
Not here.
Chocolate, hot. Why is hot
Every
chocolate a thing?
Starbucks has apple cider during the
Right.
holidays. What are you talking about?
No, not here.
A spice cider. You can go to any Starbucks.
That
order.
is
I'm not going
regular.
No, not here.
Mm-hmm.
This is a different place.
Apple cider is the most regular. It's just like hot chocolate. It's regular.
How is it just like hot chocolate? No, it's not just like hot chocolate.
It is.
It's regular. It's something that happens during the holidays, just like pumpkin spice. It's a
Pumpkin spice
thing.
is- I don't know. We don't have that here.
You've never had apple cider.
Never. Not one time.
What kind of fucking human
There's
person
an
are
entire
you?
website dedicated to Florida cider pickeries where you can have fresh apple cider made in Florida.
Hot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Never had hot apple cider. I've had apple cider, but not hot apple cider.
There's a whole thing. There's like You're in Miami-Dade County, right?
That's correct.
How is I just don't
Never had it.
understand.
There are 12
does not
orchards where
make
you can
sense.
pick apples and make apple cider in Miami-Dade County.
I've had apple cider, not now I can't talk. Hot apple cider.
I'm gonna need you this holiday season to go get a goddamn hot apple cider like a normal human being.
Do I heat it up? Do I put it in the microwave?
Yes. It's
Yes.
tea, but apple cider.
Yes.
Okay, I'll try it.
You put a cinnamon stick in it.
And no, and not the Martinellis, not that.
Yeah.
Not
Tell me which
Mart-
one to get.
not the sparkling cider.
I'll tell you what I'll do.
apple
I do
cider.
that spark.
I'll tell you what
It's
I'll
delicious.
do, man. I'll tell you what I'll do. Tell me which one to get, and next episode I will drink it on the show.
Well, you do drink like coffee and tea and shit while we're doing this. You always have your
Yeah.
coffee cup.
So I'll make apple cider, and I'll tell you what I like to think of it. But you have to tell me what to get to make it. And I will make it on the
Maybe
show.
you should try like the instant kind then if you're just gonna make it at home.
Yeah, I'll just make some right.
Because I don't want you to try and like actually make it. That's a pain in the
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, I'll try the instant one
Get
first.
go to
Yeah.
Walmart or
I just
whatever
how?
weird Florida version of stores you have. Like fucking Canada.
Florida Mart.
Yeah, exactly. What's your governor's name? DeSantis Mart?
Yeah. Now you're just straight up lying. You lying, check of shit. I don't believe you at all.
I'm sure the Arab store got some hot apple cider for you. All right.
Yeah, it's true.
They got something hot, but ain't apple cider.
Dude, man, that first day of fall, you get that mug, that hot man.
We don't have-
No,
It's
it's really you don't
glorious.
know what you're missing, Delvin.
Our fall is 87 degrees.
How have you walked? This
So
earth
is
for-
mine.
How have you walked this earth for 496 years? And not-
Never had
Never
cider.
had it. Never had it. Never had hot
This
apple cider.
It just blows my mind.
Never
Makes
had it.
no
It's not a
sense.
thing here. It's like there are 12 orchards in your county.
No, but never had it. Never had it.
Dude, it took me all of 4 seconds to
I'm
find
gonna
this
go.
one.
I don't understand.
Never had it, and I've never had.
That's
one
not a
person
thing
say-
here.
It's
Like
not.
apples are about as American as it gets. Like
But
that's
not
kind of
apple-
what
not
we
a-
do here.
Not hot apple cider. I don't.
Yes,
think
it
you ever drink
is. We're
listen,
trying to
listen,
tell you
Delvin,
that is
listen
a
to me.
regular
But not-
thing.
Listen to me, Delvin. Wherever there are apples, there is hot apple cider.
Yes.
I have never
is
had seen
what
anyone
happens.
drink that down here. Not one time I've seen somebody drink hot apple cider down here.
I just don't
They
think
were
you,
probably drinking it and you thought it was tea.
Yeah.
I don't.
I also don't think you go to these places. You didn't even know these existed.
Right.
Yeah, I don't.
You were like, what in the white shit is that? You just drove by.
Yeah, you're probably right. I probably did say those
See?
exact words.
Yeah.
What the white shit is that? Who the fuck
Yep.
sells apple cider? I'm not going that shit.
Just like that documentary I watched.
Yeah, they're like. Then I say what Chris Rock always say. That's a crack ass cracker. Just
Mm.
drive by.
Well, you know,
Exactly
you're missing
what
out.
happened.
See, you can't let the whites gatekeep you from the amazing things like hot apple cider, man.
Yeah.
Then I immediately just drive to the neck bone shop.
Jesus Christ.
On your way to get a bucket of rice, you're like, look at this shit.
Look at this.
Look
shit.
at this white shit.
Look at the whites.
Look at the
whites
whites.
are
They're
at it
picking
again.
apples. Picking apples. Who does
Get out of
that
here
shit?
with that shit.
Let me get that gallon of rice, yo.
Goddamn right.
I need 2 Newports. I need 2 Newports
Damn
and a
straight.
gallon of rice.
That's a great response.
Need to change his name to that. 2 Newports and a gallon of rice. That's your new name.
That is a fantastic name.
I remember. I pulled that from my youth. I remember my mom sending me to the store to buy single cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
I told my wife that story one day. She's like, "How do you do that?" I was like, "Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is a
just-
thing.
Just buy them.
Go with a
singles.
note. Here you go.
Don't have enough. Exactly." She's like,
Yeah.
"They just sold you cigarettes." I'm like,
Yeah.
literally
Yes.
all the time.
Yeah.
Like this
Yeah.
was a
They
common
knew
occurrence.
who it was for. They knew
It
it
was
was for
a
his
weekly
mom.
thing. Yeah. I had to
They-
make sure that I carefully protected her 5 cigarettes.
Yeah.
And I got like some quarter candy.
Yep.
That was like my tip for walking down to the carryout and getting it.
They used to sell me beer, like straight up beer.
I remember the shitty candy that I used to get for like a nickel. It's like this like powdery, like dry ass, like little coin candy and stuff.
I know
Or, like,
exactly what
little-
you're talking about.
Bazooka
little shit.
Joe.
They're like
little
Smarties.
chiclet gum. Yeah, but it was
Mhm.
like not nearly as good, right? This is that cheap ass shit I used to eat as a kid. Yep.
Tastes like chalk.
Exactly.
Them
You know
shits suck.
exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they sucked.
But it was a nickel.
There was a nickel, right? It was like you were looking at it like my mom would give me like $1 or whatever, maybe $2, $2 or $3. I go down there, I get her 5 or 6 cigarettes, and then I would have like 35 cents to get some candy. I could get like one good piece of candy, or I could get like
a bunch from that bottom row
chalk shit.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't very good, but you could eat more of it.
Yeah.
God, you're
doing that poor math.
Oh my God.
See, this is what brings us together.
Yeah.
We all have this shared poor experience.
Nasty ass candy. Yeah.
Doing this poor math. You remember the like the chalk sticks that they used to sell as kids cigarettes?
Cigarettes,
Yes.
You like little red.
I had those.
Oh yeah, we had get them off the ice cream truck.
Yep. Out here standing on the corner smoking a chalk cigarette. Yeah, that was the life.
Thought you was so
100%.
cool.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm like my
Did
parents.
you guys have the bottom row? Is that where all your cheap ass candy was? Yeah,
Yes.
the bottom row, like little baskets of
and it's not even it's not even wrapped candy. It's all
just
taken
loose.
out like loose. Yep.
Oh man, it's crazy though. Snickers was 50 cents. Now they're like $1.79.
I think they're more than that.
Same damn Snickers.
I have over here I have like a little movie station where I fill up with snacks for my wife when we have movie nights. And I every so often go to the dollar store to refill it, and they're more than that. They're like $2.
The dollar store doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's the $1.25 store, it's the $1.50 store, it's the $2.25
99-cent store is gone.
Yeah.
Madness.
Jess, I just look up these tickets. They are $150.
Oh yeah.
No, I will not.
That's
be
it?
F1.
That's
for the
super cheap for an F1 race. My friend went to the Miami race, its inaugural thing. He spent $1,300 for weekend tickets. So
That's
I don't know what
insane.
you're getting for $150.
It says the campus pass with general admission for $150 per day.
Wow.
That's how much it
That's
is.
super cheap.
It's a lot of money to watch people make left turns all day.
I think they might like put you on a parking lot. I don't think you'll be able to see the race
Probably.
wherever that is.
They said the grandstands start at $600 a ticket.
You know what?
Why?
That's the grand.
Why?
That's like the standing room in the grandstand. That's not even the good seats.
No.
That sounds more like it.
I
Have
will
you
not be there.
have you seen the Miami race?
No.
They have it out by the Dolphin Stadium, and because they couldn't have it by the beach, do you know what they did?
What they did.
They painted a beach on the parking lot. There is a fake beach that they have at the Miami race. I kid you not. They put boats and shit on it, and they paint it, make it look like water, and then people just walk out on it like on the concrete. You just stand on it,
That's terrible.
and the cars race around it.
My grandmother's house is near there, so I would
Why?
be
Here's the thing.
there.
When it first happened, the internet clowned the shit out of them, and then when you actually see the race, it actually isn't half bad. Like it does add to the look of like the Miami race, but it is still kind of lame. But it's better than you think, but it's kind of lame.
It's not better than I think because it's F1. So it's
I'm very excited.
terrible.
The
You know,
only
I
thing
feel bad. I feel bad on the F1 stuff because Seth kind of got me into it. He's kind of not into it anymore. He hasn't been
smart
into
man.
it in some time
Smart man.
because Max Verstappen is just the Thanos of F1, and now nobody likes it again, which I don't understand because in F1's history, there's always a Thanos. Schumacher was a Thanos. Lewis Hamilton was a Thanos for like a decade. And the moment he stopped losing, everybody lost their minds about how, like, he won for like 9 straight years, like everything. And then the moment he started, like, literally the season he started losing, people are like, we've got to change the rules. This isn't fun anymore. It's like, what the fuck happened? I thought you guys love dominance. And the moment it was not the dominance they wanted, everybody got mad.
Yeah, they tripping.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's one of the things that I like about F1. I get it. People always want like drama at the front. I kind of like F1 because to me, it's like one of the few sports that I watch because it's not necessarily about who wins first. I'm really into like who wins second and 6th and 10th and 13th. Like I really care about the entire order. So because it looks like it's a progression. You know, it's like I wanted to like maybe make an analogy to like RPG terms. You know, like it's a season-long pursuit to challenge the people that are in front of you. Like you're developing the car, and you actually see those those results play out. Like last season, at the beginning of the season, McLaren was terrible. They were like dead last. By the end of the season, they were like arguably second. Like they came in second and third most races in the second half of the season. I like seeing that progression, not just what I don't like is everybody race the same cars, or every week it's just chaos and different and parity. I don't like that. Like I like if you're faster and your team's better, dominate. Fuck it, let everybody else catch you. You're better than everybody else. I kind of like that.
I agree. I like it.
Yeah.
I like winners.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like it worked for Lewis. Like, I didn't like Mercedes, but they were the best. And I was like, they're better. Like, don't change the rules to beat them. Beat them. Like, be better than they are, and then you'll win. And it's like, well, we can't. I'm like, oh, then you don't win. That's how that works.
Yeah. I always found sports fun when you have the dominant champion, the dominant guy, and then he finally loses.
It builds a story.
It builds a story. Like Tyson.
Yeah. But the thing is that nobody likes Max because he is kind of like the Terminator. And, because he's Austrian and shit. Like, he is the Terminator. And nobody likes him. And Red Bull, they just kind of hate the team. So once they started winning, a lot of people got upset. Like, now,
well, you got to beat him. You got to beat him.
That's
got to get somebody to beat him.
Beat them. Then get better. Get faster. Figure it out. Figure out what they're doing, and then do that.
Yeah, get the guy from the Gran Turismo movie. Do that.
That's it. David Harbour. You need David Harbour and Legolas. Bring them in. I don't even know who the Legolas guy is. I'm a huge fan, but I don't even know. It's just Legolas to me forever.
Orlando something.
Whatever.
Orlando Bloom.
Get him and David Harbour, and they will design you a car.
Yes.
Some Gran Turismo kids to race it.
Yeah. There you go. Based on a true story. Lying motherfuckers. I don't believe that at all.
Those were a lot of words that were said.
Yeah.
That's all I've got.
There you go.
Rebecca again. She says, what is a smell that you actually like that most people consider to be a bad smell?
Don't say it, Donnie.
I have a smell.
Don't say it. Don't say
For example, I know somebody who likes the smell of skunk. Another person who likes the smell of a musty basement. Gross.
Those
For
people
me,
are perverts.
I love the smell of wet dog.
Oh,
Not gross.
Terrible. I was going to make a joke about your joke, Delvin. I'm going to leave it.
Yeah, we're going to leave that one alone.
I'm going to leave it. Because he said wet dog, I'm like, I'm not going to go there.
Yeah.
I do have an answer for this. My answer is car exhaust.
That's a good one.
And here's the crazy thing. When I was a little kid, like, I really liked the smell of car exhaust. And so does Jack. I don't know if that's like maybe that's not as out there or strange as maybe I thought it was when I was little. Because I've met a few people that say the same thing. But yeah, car exhaust, the smell of car exhaust. I've always kind of liked that smell. It's not good for you. It's very unhealthy. Don't smell it, but I've always liked it.
I don't know if mine is a controversial answer.
Yeah, Matthew Dawson says gasoline.
Gasoline is a very thing that a lot of people like that smell.
Or like
I'm not a fan.
antifreeze. Antifreeze is sweet. If you smell it.
Yeah, that's why they tell you don't drink it because people.
Yeah.
I don't know what
That's why dogs
antifreeze
will-
even smells like.
Like animals will drink it because it's sweet to their nose. They'll drink
Yeah,
it.
they will.
Never smelled antifreeze, so I have no clue.
Bleach, which you probably shouldn't be smelling because that'll kill you.
Not smelling it won't kill you. You can
Yeah,
smell it.
if you have enough bleach on
Don't
the floor.
like huff it.
If you clean with bleach, you're going to smell bleach and it ain't going to kill you. So
Yeah,
stop it.
If you put enough bleach on the floor, it will fucking kill you. The fumes.
Yeah. I don't mind the bleach smell. I don't like it, but I don't mind it either.
Yeah.
Who's putting bleach down and not like opening the window?
I'm a pine sol person.
A lot of people. Trust me, I've experienced it.
Pine sol and Comet.
I do. I've done that.
Haven't used Pine Sol or Comet in a long time because my wife swears by bleach.
I use Comet in the toilet.
My wife hates pine sol. She can't stand the smell. So when I or my daughter mops, I always mop my basement pine sol. To me, like pine sol is the smell of clean, because that's what my mom made me clean with. So like whenever I want to clean something, it needs to smell like pine sol, or it's not clean all the way.
We use Fabuloso.
So do we.
Yeah.
So do we.
That's a common thing.
That is a black thing. We get down to Fabuloso. I don't know what that's about. But
I've got
it's just how we get
Fabuloso
down.
too.
There you go. Well, we've established you're one of us.
Yes. Yes.
What color?
What color Fabuloso? Purple.
Purple. Right, yeah, purple, of course.
Purple.
Dude, so, okay. I'm waiting for my security system to stop beeping.
So I thought that was just smoke detector. I thought, like, you really are black, Donnie.
Didn't want to change the batteries, huh? Yeah.
Change the goddamn batteries.
No. We're just gonna let that ride.
Okay. I almost sent you guys this TikTok last night. And I definitely thought twice about it.
Here we go.
Because I was going to send it to you because I was listen, I'm going to come clean. I'm going to come clean. But I just want you to know I was drinking, right? So I was maybe a little out of pocket, right?
Famous white man's words.
So if this is offensive, I mean no harm. I apologize. I came across a TikTok last night, and it was black dude at the movies getting a drink, and it was just like when you're at the movie theater, and he puts his drink into the fountain machine where you can pick your colors, and he starts looking, and he starts looking around, he starts looking around, he looks at the menu, and he hits the Fanta, and he hits grape. And as soon as he presses the button, and I was like, I thought it was just me. I was going to send you the thing. I was like, is it just me? Because I started laughing. My wife was like, why is this so funny? I was like, you don't get it.
You don't get
it. Okay. Your whiteness doesn't allow you to enjoy this.
Yes.
Because I do feel like that every time I go to the movie theater.
Yep.
No, they're gonna make fun of me. I'm gonna drink a liter of fucking grape soda, aren't they?
Look here. There's no better soda than grape soda, damn it.
Hey,
I agree.
what is on the menu?
I
Grab
love grape soda.
Right,
Soda.
right,
Grape soda's
right. That's what I was gonna say. Is it just me? Am I the only one that like looks around like-
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. I drink that shit proudly. I don't care.
Boy.
I can't think of a terrible smell that I like. I guess burnt rubber doesn't bother me. Kind of like that.
Yeah, that's good. I like
That's a
that
good
smell,
one.
too. That's a good one. I think a lot. I don't know. I think
I'm still
maybe
tripping
a lot
off her liking wet dog. Like that's just wrong.
That is weird.
That's really hard.
Like I don't understand that
rough.
one at all.
Well, there's a lot of jokes I can make, but I'm not going to make any of them.
Don't
Oh God.
come for your throat. She treats Delvin so nice too. Like he's just as mean as me, but for whatever reason, I draw all the ire.
I'm charming. That's why.
Oh, what's the hell with this?
And that's why.
I was going to tell you guys a story, an unrelated story. I was going to say, I said it yesterday to somebody in passing. My wife and I are watching this documentary. This is my stereotype, my profiling came out, and I got corrected. My wife told me this, or we're watching this Netflix documentary. It's called like, I forget what it's called. It's called like What Jane Did or something. It's a new crime series on Netflix.
Okay.
And spoilers about this crazy girl that like committed crimes. And I'll just leave it at that. You guys can figure it out. But like the moment this documentary starts, I'm like, oh, I know exactly who did this shit. And they're interviewing this girl. And I don't want to spoil it because, you know, I don't know, some listeners may actually it's new. Some people may want to get it. But they're interviewing this girl and they ask her like, hey, who broke into your house and did this? And she starts going, it was 3 black males.
It's always
one
two
of
black
them
guys.
was in a hoodie. And now I want to point this out. This is in Canada. This happened in Canada. And she goes, one of them was Jamaican. And my ass sitting on the couch and goes, there ain't no damn Jamaicans in Canada.
Exactly.
There's a shit ton of them.
I learned today. My wife looked it up because I was like, oh, she is full of shit.
Yes.
And she turned it around. She was like, she reads the Wikipedia, and I was like, I had no
There is.
idea.
That's
And
why
I
Drake
was telling the
pretends he's
same
Jamaican.
story yesterday over lunch. She was like, yeah, she was like a whole Caribbean, gave me the whole thing. I had no idea.
Yes.
Huge
Blowed
reggae
my
scene up there
mind.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Blew my mind.
Remember Snow?
Got the best.
Delvin, you remember Snow?
Oh, I remember Snow. That was my guy.
Yep. Canadian, white,
Coolest white guy I
reggae.
knew.
Like what? Informer is white
That
and from
shit.
Canada?
Yeah.
Mind blowing.
Mind blowing. That
Great
was me.
song.
I was like, what? Maybe Sean's cooler than we thought.
Yeah. No. When Sean makes Informer, then I'll call him cool. You go see some goddamn reggae, Sean.
Maybe our next intro bumper he hits us with.
Oh yeah. Kyle the Pug.
Fuck you, Counterpug.
Nice.
He says, for tonight's show, if you randomly woke up and acquired superpowers out of nowhere, what would you use those superpowers for?
Not for good.
No.
No goodness at all. Delvin, what would your superpower be, and what would you use it for?
That's a good question.
It is a good question. Can I have my superpower just be have all the superpowers? Just be Superman?
Well, Superman doesn't have all the superpowers.
He has
He
most
has
of
all
them.
the ones you need.
And he has most of them. Superhuman strength, super laser eyes, superhuman speed. Like he's kind of everything.
He doesn't have the ones I want.
I don't know. I'm trying to think what superpower would I want because there's so many, and the ones I want are like
I would-
Back to the liquor stores and just
I would, if I had to just pick one, I would probably do something like the Flash, like something like super speed.
That's a good one.
Like if I could move faster than people could recognize, I could do a lot of evil without getting caught.
yeah,
that's a good point.
Absolutely.
You'd have to like fucking freeze the thing so much, and then you never catch me. You know? So it's like,
See, my go-to answer is always immortality.
that's a superhero. That's not
Yeah.
a superhero.
Oh, but
I mean,
What
Damn.
superhero is just immortal?
Most of them are villains. Like Vandal
Yeah.
Savage is like immortal. That's what he's known for. He can't die.
Yeah, but he has no other superpowers. He's just immortal. He can just never die.
Because he's immortal, I think he has superpowers. Because he's immortal and live like forever, he has like an infinite, like an incredible amount of knowledge to create things. He's like a scientist. He has a whole bunch of stuff. He's like,
No, I get, and you're the expert. I'm not trying to challenge
yeah,
you. You tell
no,
me.
no.
I think there are superheroes that are immortal, but they usually have
Other things to go with it.
powers. They are super strong. Like being immortal isn't the superpower. Like it's like they are just born immortals,
Yes.
and then they have superpowers.
so you want to be immortal? That's what you want as your power.
That's yeah.
I
would
definitely
like to,
do not
I would
want
like
to
to
live
like.
forever.
I do. I want to live forever.
That
Fuck
would be so lonely and barren.
right. You watch
I'm
everybody you know
would
die.
love- You were
You
just
really can't make
destined-
any changes. Like
destined
Nah.
to lose them forever.
Well, let's make a new family.
there's an
Like,
episode of the Twilight Zone about this,
There's
sir.
only so many of those that you can do.
No, I can make more. Be Duncan McLeod. Highlander.
What if you still age though?
I don't want to age.
No,
If
you
you're
can
aging-
age and still be immortal. Both of those things can be true.
No, because after
You
a while,
get to a certain age and you just kind of stop.
Yeah, I want to get like. Let's say I'm here. I'm at this age, and I stop
Aw,
here.
you don't want to
You're
go back and have
96
some hair?
forever?
You don't want
Yeah.
some hair at
96
least?
forever?
Nah, I don't need hair.
What a crazy age to pick. 96 forever.
That's what you want.
You just want to Joe Biden it for the rest of your life.
Well, he's doing a good job at it. He became president.
Is he?
90,
He did.
96-year-old president.
He tried to give a phantom a handshake yesterday, but you know.
Let's go. That's
Yeah, he doesn't know
legendary.
what's going on, does he?
Yo,
I'm
we are
voting for him.
I'm
Because
voting for him
because
too, but
the alternative is way more scary, but he
Fam.
really doesn't know what's going on.
We are fucked.
But it's sad that he is unequivocally
better choice.
the lesser of two evils.
By
Yeah.
far.
by far.
Yo, I got cousins who are more qualified to run for president than the other dude.
I
And
do
them
love
dudes are
his
locked up.
I love his general like enjoyment of like fucking with people. That's like my favorite part of him, you know. Every now and again he hits a zinger and he gets that little smile. I'm like, look at Joe.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So Delvin is picking immortality just so he can make a bunch of families and watch them
Sounds
die.
brutal. That sounds
Yeah.
like a
That's evil as hell right there.
yeah. I don't know if I'd wish that on my enemy. Like, that sounds terrible. Everything you love,
that's what you want to do, though.
lose.
You just want to live forever and make a bunch of families and just watch
know
everybody
what?
you know die off.
I'll
That's
pick
what you
something,
want?
I'll pick something fun.
No, you don't have to. If that's your choice.
Let's pick a fun choice. I'll be fucking Gambit.
Hang on. I still want to go back. Go back to this immortality thing.
Okay.
Your superpower is that you just don't die. You still have to work and shit.
Right? Like, what are you doing
go
with
to
that?
work.
But
I guess he can amass enough wealth over time that he doesn't
Exactly.
have
Can
to.
he though? Like, can he? Like,
Yes.
you're not super smart. Like,
God
you don't
damn.
have a superpower.
I have plenty of time so I can read.
I mean, look at you now. You have 100 years. Have you amassed a lot of wealth?
Yeah.
He does live in a Neverland.
You don't
right
have
now.
foresight into the future. You're not Doctor Strange. Like, you don't know all the
I can figure
scores
it
of
out.
the games and stocks to play.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
plenty
got
of time
enough
to-
time to figure that out, I guess. So
Yeah.
eventually he'll get it right.
I'll be rich.
So
I don't know if
basically,
that's true. Hang on,
what
hang
we're
on.
saying is Delvin
Seriously.
needs immortality to make it big.
Yes.
Are you serious? 100%? I don't know if that's true.
That's a good.
You
point.
could be immortal and still not be rich.
I agree.
Then you are fucking up in immortality.
I just don't think it's that
Like
easy
you,
to become
if you
rich.
live
Like
several
rich-
life,
Rich isn't
lifetimes-
just about time.
but it helps.
It would definitely help.
Like if you can live forever and you
Yeah, but-
still can amount a fortune of some point in time.
Look at inflation. Look at how much you're making. Like, as much as you make and spend, you're not. You see what I'm saying?
He's just got to live long enough to figure out all the tricks of every trade. The problem is, it's like you got to keep switching
God, that
jobs
sounds
because
exhausting.
at some point,
This is your
someone's going to be
superpower.
like, "How are you not
Hang on.
aging?"
Why wouldn't you just pick to be cyborg? And just
Nah,
put all the money in your account.
His life sucks.
Well, you don't have to his
Cyborg
wife.
sucks.
You need his
But
superpower.
that's also not a superpower.
Yeah, he got like fucked up. Like I
Again,
would not want to be cyborg.
You just get. You don't get to be him. You just get his powers.
His powers. Are
Those
just-
aren't superpowers.
You just walk up to an ATM and just put the shit in your account.
There's better ways of doing that
yeah.
than being a cyborg.
That's what I was thinking with the Flash thing. I was like, I'm in and out.
Well,
a
see,
whole bag of money.
I'm kind of on your wavelength, but I'm just having time manipulation, so I don't have to do all the
Thought of
running.
the same thing.
I'm just gonna manipulate time in any way I see fit. So time stops. I just take all the money. Nothing's recording, and I'm walking
I
out.
thought of the same thing. I also thought about invisible, but then I was thinking invisible, like there's doors and locks. You get locked in somewhere.
And you have to be naked.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm not. I want either time manipulation or teleportation, and I think I'm going with time manipulation.
See, this is see. He
If
gets
you're
what I'm
immortal-
thinking.
if you're
This is where I'm
immortal-
thinking with Delvin. He's immortal and broke.
If you're a moral and broke, you are a loser. Like no, there's no way.
I'm just
No.
saying, listen, Delvin, for the second time tonight, if the glove fits,
No.
you know what I'm saying?
not.
Like, you've been
Absolutely not.
here since Moses. Okay.
No, absolutely
The
not.
thing is, you have to do way too much to make that work.
So hard.
The
It's
thing
so
about
much
it is,
work.
You got to like change identities and stuff because you can't just be the
Try.
same person for 200
Yeah,
years.
they're gonna figure out that you're 236.
Something ain't
then
right.
I'll make money off of that. Oldest
How?
man in the world. People get paid off of that.
They're eventually gonna realize that, like, yo, you can't be 143.
Something ain't right in this.
They're gonna kill you.
They're gonna find a way.
They're gonna try.
They're
And
gonna
they're gonna fail.
decapitate you.
They're gonna bury you alive, and you're not strong enough to get out of that. So now you're just
If you're immortal, though-
buried.
Now I got all these questions. I'm glad you guys are the comic book heroes. All right, so you're immortal.
Yes.
Does that mean you were adverse from health effects, or do you just suffer from them for immortality?
No, you have to be averse from
you
health.
just have cancer forever.
Yeah, no, you would just be. All of that stuff is null and void. Like he
Okay.
can't get sick. He can't do anything.
The
He's just
best way to
immortal.
describe it, I'll be Wolverine. There you go, Wolverine.
He's not immortal though.
Yeah,
He has
I
a
don't
healing
think that-
factor.
He
I think-
he,
but that's not
he
immortality.
lives. He has extended life. He lives a long time. He ages incredibly slow.
Well, that's what I will be. I'll be Wolverine. I
Did you
won't
love
be
that
immortal.
trailer?
That was cool.
That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Is the doc?
Let's
Was it the
fucking go.
Doctor Strange thing we saw?
What was the Doctor Strange thing?
I thought I saw a portal in the trailer. Is that a Doctor Strange thing?
Oh,
That's the TVA.
yeah.
What?
TVA. Time Variance Alliance. It's so you got to watch Loki to understand what's going
Oh
on.
God damn it! Just
Yeah.
why?
Because the Time
mind.
Variance Authority
Sorry I
is
asked.
who pulls
Is it
Deadpool
a
out
Doctor
of
Strange
time.
thing?
Not a Doctor Strange thing.
Okay, there we go.
Just
It's a
answered right
Loki
there.
thing.
I'll be roaming the world and training like Ryu from Street Fighter. That might be my thing.
So
Going to different
your superhero power of choosing all of them, you just go around doing like sit-ups and shit around the world.
Yeah, just being Ryu from Street Fighter, just wandering the world.
So again, not rich, just being a bum all over the world. Is basically
it's like Batman Begins without ever the finishing of the sequels. You just
correct. Good idea.
God, that's terrible.
It can't even be Batman Begins because Batman Begins had money to do that. This is just bumming it around the world.
Nah, run around the world, do my thing.
You're just like fighting cars and breaking boxes and shit.
Pretty much, yeah. That's a good idea. Might fight some guy with some claws on his head called Vega. Works for me. Get a cool rival like Saget.
I'm gonna stop time, put Delvin in a box, and bury it, and he can just live in that box for the rest of his life.
Why do you want to use your powers to hurt me?
Did you say
because you picked the dumb power?
Did you say Saget?
Saget.
Is it Saget or Sagat?
Who knows?
That's a good question.
Just like, is it Guile or Gully? Who knows? Is it Ryu or Ryu?
Definitely
Who
not
knows?
Gully.
It's not Gully.
Wait a minute. Hang on, no. We know. Who the fuck
I know who Guile. I know this Guile.
Is doing that. What a fucking monster is that?
Third graders.
I've actually heard people say Sagat.
Sagat,
I've heard Sagat. I've heard Saget. I've heard Guile. I've heard
Saget.
Gully. And anytime I heard Gully, I was like, they were crazy.
I have never heard.
I haven't heard Gully. I have never
heard Gully.
Yeah,
I would look at you so weird if you were like, "Yo,
that's what Gully. I did." I was like, "Who? What?
Yo,
it's Guile, bro."
You need to leave.
I gotta tell you, if this was the '90s, if somebody told me they were picking Gully, I would have called him a word that I cannot say anymore.
Don't trip. They got
fam.
We roasted the hell out of those idiots. Like,
wow,
you can't read. You illiterate? We hooked on phonics for you, sir?
Yeah. Teleportation is good.
That was my other ones. Either teleportation or time manipulation. Either way, I'm going to get Delvin, put him in a box, and bury him because he's picked a dumbass talent.
Well,
of everything you could choose, Delvin, you sure you don't want to think of this again?
I told you I should probably be Gambit then.
You could like electrocute people.
I could blow up shit.
You know what? I want to be
What are you going to do with that?
I want to be Magneto.
Blow up people. Magneto's cool.
I want to be Magneto.
What are you going to do with that?
I'm just going to toss people in their cars.
Fuck road.
He's just like, I want to be Magneto just so as I'm driving, I can just throw a car over the bridge.
Do you have any idea? Just that man just seems so powerful to walk around and just own that shit. I'm actually going to be Neo in real life. Like,
Magneto's an awesome power, by the way. That is an incredible power to have.
Shoot, I dare you.
Omega level mutant detected.
I'll make a killing as a magician. I'm going to give you this gun. It's loaded. You make sure there's no blanks. This is real life bullets, right? Shoot it at me.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a killing.
Still better than what Delvin picked. So
there's so much metal in everything.
Everything. Literally everything.
Everything.
Except for that glass case they put Magneto in.
Yeah, but I don't think
they did catch him. They were like,
our folks are smart enough to figure that out.
No.
They would have to catch me so many times before they even get there. They're so dumb. Think about what you could do to even like locks as Magneto. It's all metal, dude. Magneto's powers are pretty cool. I changed my answer.
Yeah. Magneto's powers are awesome. I'm still sticking with mine because I have no desire to be that.
Since Donnie wants to be a mega level mutant, I'll be one too. I was picking Storm's powers. Storm's powers badass.
Good answer.
Control all fucking weather.
That's true.
You can just create weather. That is dope as fuck.
You just like make a hurricane and then just go rob the bank in the middle of the hurricane.
Yeah, and I really wish they'd let her lead into that shit more. They make her so weak all the time. She's always getting shot.
Why is she so weak?
Why does she always have to get shot? Like, there's no way. Like, she's better than this.
She's everything. I mean, she's Zeus. She's all of that shit. She is.
Right. But somehow she's always getting shot out the sky. Like, woman, how?
I will say this. X-Men 97 corrects that.
No, it didn't. It didn't. She still got shot out the sky.
No.
She got her powers. She got her powers back, and she's badass again. But even still,
did you see that Xbox? Did you see that Xbox?
Yeah, it's hideous.
They have an Xbox, and they have like custom controllers for all the X-Men.
It is hideous, but I love it. I love that it's so fucking gaudy. Like, let's just throw a bunch of fucking X-Men on this shit.
I didn't look at it that deep. I just saw like the tweet and shared it. I didn't. Is it really ugly? I just thought it was like a.
You would like it. It's a sticker bomb.
Yeah, I was going to
basically.
say it's like a sticker bomb. Yeah,
It's a sticker
Yeah,
bomb.
to me that's
I do-
hideous.
I like that aesthetic. It's
They're
okay.
like, hey, just throw all the X-Men on this bitch.
Yeah,
Just anywhere,
Basically.
everywhere. Like, all right, let's
Too
go,
much.
baby.
Yeah.
You know what Johnny said years ago about how Xbox is just the brand and just market shit, like toasters and everything.
Why not?
Yeah, it's kind of right. The SpongeBob Xbox, the X-Men Xbox, the LeBron James one, everything you want to get, let's get it. I appreciate it.
Let's get this paper. Let's make these inroads. Xbox everywhere. Xbox everything.
I like it.
All right, so we've established that Delvin picks stupid powers, and we're moving on.
and you're the comic book guy.
And we're
I just want to
kinda-
live
This
forever.
is your thing, and I'm
I
like,
don't wanna-
You could live
questioning
forever in so
everything.
many better ways. Become a.
Questioning
I want to be
everything.
Apocalypse,
He sucks. He's a
but
terrible.
he lives forever. And you don't
Well-
have to be as terrible as him. You could be a better person in some regards.
Probably not. But he's immortal.
He is. That's my point. Be that immortal. You just want to live forever. You just
Yeah, I'm
no.
fine. Just live forever.
just as a regular person, just living
Yeah,
forever.
just
That's
Delvin
terrible.
that doesn't
It's
die
really
at this
bad.
age. At this age, with that hairline.
Forever.
Look,
Then, now, forever.
yeah, pretty much.
The worst.
Can I take my Green Lantern ring? Is that a?
Yes.
I don't know if that's considered a power.
That's not
that I have.
superpower.
See, that's
You
the
need a green
thing.
flashlight.
How dare you insult the Green Lantern ring? See, I didn't take the Green Lantern ring because that's not a superpower.
It's not a superpower. Yeah, that doesn't work.
Green Lantern's
Now-
pretty mid, dude.
Are you crazy?
I am definitely not.
No, absolutely not. We're not doing this on this show. In Jesus' name, I rebuke you. Absolutely not. We're not slandering Green Lantern on my watch.
Why
I
not?
mean, you don't have to. Just
DC
be
did when
honest.
they made that movie about him.
No,
DC
that-
did when they made him.
That is not the Green Lantern. That's-
DC slandered him when they made that movie. Let's be real.
We're not doing this.
Just saying. Just
We're not
saying.
doing this. Next question.
Might as well be Captain Planet.
No,
Pretty much. Pretty much.
absolutely not. This is terrible.
DC is terrible. You're correct.
No.
Along
Not
with
as
Green
terrible
Lantern.
as the
And all the
Green-
Lantern Corps. Like, why? Why?
What is this nonsense?
No, this is awful.
They couldn't think of anything better.
You could've
Lantern?
did Batman. Yeah. Of all
Green
the DC
Lantern?
things, you were like Green Lantern.
I'm not responding to any of these comments, questions, concerns. I hope you all burn in hell for your
You should
competition.
never be picking like a color variant of a superhero.
Green Lantern's awesome.
You just be
Which
the Green
one?
Ranger. That's awesome.
He's cool. Green Lantern.
Green Lantern is pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. He's got pretty good powers.
Yes.
But it's DC, so it's trash.
No.
Mr. Badger says, do you have any advice for people wanting to grow their Twitch, podcast, or YouTube channel?
Fuck no.
How did that make it into this?
Ask somebody that's grown one. We haven't grown any
Like,
of that. So
That is not our goal here.
that's
So we
what
don't have.
do.
Mr.
We don't-
Badger, I hate to break it to you. We are failures.
Hey, listen.
The seven.
The 7.
Seven.
We've had the same 900 subscribers on YouTube for like 10 years. And I'm totally fine with it. Like,
Know what you-
super happy about it. So,
Know what you do, Mr. Badger? You see what we do and do the exact opposite of that shit.
Do the opposite.
Like, no.
do the opposite.
What you need to do
Promote.
is talk to the Delvin Cox experience and ask him.
No.
There you
This
go.
is not that show.
No.
Promote
I w-
yourself. Guest star on as many podcasts as possible.
Yes.
Crossover as many YouTubes as possible. Stream every day and night. Have a schedule. Do all of those things. Make viral tweets that get attention. Have a Patreon. Do YouTube Shorts and TikTok. Have an Instagram.
Beg your friends to be part of that cool
You
project.
know, it's just like, yeah, do all of that. Do all of that at once every day.
Yeah.
And you're on your way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a shot.
And get lucky.
Yeah. The real
It's a
thing
lot
is
of work.
consistency and luck.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. My friend just got a 100,000 subscribers plaque from YouTube.
It's awesome.
Nice. We'll be lucky if we get 997.
Be lucky if we get 927.
They won't even give us like a
Be
quarter.
lucky if we get 907.
They're gonna give us
true.
a copper penny for that. Here you go.
Here's a copper plaque. It's the You Tried Award.
No. I want the myrrh.
Myrrh. Oh man,
I want
that's
to
a
go
great
double
episode.
myrrh, man.
Yeah.
That's a great episode.
I like it
Faith
this way.
plus one.
I really do. It's easy to say it when you're not, but the folks that have listened to me for a long time know. I think, know that I'm being genuine about it. I don't want to be worrying about super chats and money and disbursements and all. I don't want to be doing that. So,
I like that our community is small enough that we can talk to the people in our community.
We can have Discord chats that aren't flooded. I'm with you.
I can make fun of Daniel all the time, and it's just part of the
worry
lore.
about offending strangers and things. Like, I like our.
I appreciate that I can say offensive stuff and not get in trouble.
Exactly. Like, there is a nice thing about being a tight knit place that we are.
Yes.
I like it that way.
Can't do that on Double Cox Experience. They called me.
If we were popular and doing all that, we'd have to create like a private Discord to actually have Discord, and then have like a facing Discord for it. Like, I don't want to be.
And we'd have to really have the PSVG after dark to actually have our show.
If we were seriously popular, we'd get canceled.
Wait, a long time ago.
It just would. Eventually, it would happen.
I almost did several times.
You'd be canceled for your name right now. Clapping cheeks.
Sure. I mean, like, there's no Canadian, Jamaican, super canceled. You know, it's like, I don't want to deal with any of that.
Yeah.
The Taylor Swift brigade would have came for us a long time ago.
Long time ago.
Goodness. I would have
just keep getting us in trouble.
Lost. Yep. They would have done pulled all that out, taken PSVG away, changed the name, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Jess, you're supposed to help us. You're making it worse. You're trying to get me in trouble with the Taylor Swift fans. All the Swifties gonna come after us.
They come after you. They come after me. I don't exist. I'm not real. This is digital.
This pitch is digital.
I would have to ask you where you came about this footage. Who was there?
Yeah.
What if I told you we found blood samples in the car? In the car?
Free to Play Joe says the PS5 Pro sounds like the console we were promised. Yeah. What, if anything, would convince you to upgrade? And does Xbox have a Series X Pro to keep up?
They do not.
They don't. They have Game Pass.
And whatever they're going to make next gen. That's really what it is.
The next console, which would probably be the same. I don't know.
So, Delvin, you're getting one. Tell us about it.
Yeah. Why are you getting a PS5 Pro?
I gotta tell you what's gonna happen. I'm gonna see the thing, and I'm gonna complain about it for 6 months, and still buy the fucking thing anyway. Because
we know.
Are you gonna get rid of your PS5 to get the Pro?
No, don't lie. You're gonna keep them both.
No,
you're gonna give the other one to your daughter.
She already has one, so I won't. Somehow I'm gonna trade in my PS5.
So you're gonna trade in the PS5, but not the fucking PSVR 2 that's been sitting there for.
No one wants it.
Trade it in. Take it to
GameStop doesn't even want it.
But they'll take it.
No, I don't think they will.
They won't take a PSVR 2 at all.
I looked it up. They don't even give you lists for trading value for it.
Wow.
They're like,
you gotta trade it. You gotta just put it on Facebook, sell it for whatever you can. But like, somebody give me $100 for this thing. You don't use it.
No, I don't. Not at all.
So like, what do you like? If you could trade it for 2 video games, it'd be better than what you're doing now.
You're kind of right.
No, I am right. Like, that's what I'm saying.
I really don't want it. I look at that thing like, why is this here?
That was me with The Last of Us 2 PS4. I was like, oh God, why did I do this? You have to go.
Yeah. That's how I feel like.
Yeah.
Like the morning
after. Trade them both for the Pro. I would.
Like the morning after, I just look at it like, you have to go. You can't be here.
He wasn't supposed to be here. Should have never got it.
Just shame.
Mm-hmm.
Go out the back door. Go out the back door. Don't let people see you in.
Shuhei's just laughing. I already got your bunny guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want people knowing you were here. Go out the back door.
Right.
Here's $20. Catch an Uber.
Wow.
I have no interest in a pro console. Maybe the next gen consoles, maybe I'd be interested. I have no interest in a PS5 Pro or an Xbox Pro, a Series X Pro.
Until
I have
they
no
announce
interest in it.
Infamous, and they tell them that it's never coming to PC.
And even then, I'd probably wait out. I'd wait a couple years and try to call their bluff. Like, we'll see.
We'll see about that.
We'll see about that.
Yeah. I'm mildly interested, but I don't really have any. I haven't turned my PlayStation 5 on in at least a month. So
Here's the crazy thing. Not a crazy thing at all, but something that should have been expected that I don't think anybody really fully grasped is that the console makers adopted a PC-like platform and then are shocked that people migrated to just PC instead.
Yeah. They're surprised.
That's what happens when you start introducing mid-gen refreshes and carrying over your library all the time and doing less exclusives. Suddenly your consoles are just PCs hooked to TVs.
Yep.
And now people are like, why don't I just get the PC that's better than the console? And these console makers are like, why aren't all these people buying our consoles again? It's like, because you could just do this on Steam. Like, y'all did this.
You just made it a Steam.
Yeah, you just
and
made
we'll
it
just
Steam.
wait 2 years for your games to get there.
That's okay.
There's plenty of games on Steam we can play until they do.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people are like, that's fine. We're seeing that. You know, PlayStation's still very healthy. They have a very healthy console business.
They have
It's
nothing
still
wrong
not.
with that.
But it's still not the PS4. Like they are seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I could take my PSVR 2 to Dev's house, and he'll
Yes.
still be like, no.
Yeah.
like, get
Absolutely
this
not.
shit out of my house.
I would leave it on the porch and hope
Throw it in the
vandals come away with it.
You give it to the greenskeeper.
Yeah, here you go.
Senor
Yes,
Dev!
yes. Here you go. Take this. Do what you want with it.
I'm not. I'm interested in another console. I think, but if they are all digital like we expect, that's going to be a huge blow for me.
Yeah.
Because like, why am I hooking that up to my entertainment center?
That's a good point.
It's an interesting thing for them to do this. I realize that people rely less on physical media. I get it. I understand why we're digital. I am digital on my Xbox. I own like one physical Xbox game. I get it. I still want the disc drive.
I do too. For my
Matters
Blu-rays.
to me for movies and stuff. Like it adds a functionality to my TV center. If you give me a console without a disc drive in it, what are you giving me that I already can't do on it?
Yeah.
Interesting. I've never played a Blu-ray in my PS5.
I definitely
played one.
don't. I definitely don't think that's a common take. It's just my take.
I mean, I would have gotten the all digital one if they were available at the time.
Yeah.
But they weren't.
Yeah.
I have one PS5 game, like one physical disc, and that's The Last of Us Remastered, which I hardly even played.
I play all of my Blu-rays in my PS5 and Xbox. And I have a lot of them.
Yeah, for me, my Xbox it's my 4K Blu-ray player. It's where I watch all my movies and I do all the things. Like that's maybe its primary job. And then I play games too, and I stream things on it too. It is funny how we made fun of the Matric Xbox for being the TV entertainment console center, and it has become that to me, especially as a companion to my gaming PC experience. You know, like as I've adopted more PC, my Xbox has become more valuable because of that. And if they go away from that, then I'm seriously looking at like, why are you even here? Like, what else am I doing with you if not this? Because that's been its, you know, that's what I've been using it most of.
Yeah, put that 8K Blu-ray player in there now.
Yeah, they're not even going to have one. It's just going to be digital. It's like at this point, I'm like, just give me a streaming stick then.
Yeah. Math Man wants to know, is there a TV show that you feel is consistently great from the pilot to the finale? For him, it's Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Parks and Recreation as a close second.
I didn't think Parks and Rec's held up that long.
I've never seen Parks and Rec. My answers are The Wire and The Sopranos.
Yeah, those are good. I've been watching a lot of The Sopranos the last couple months.
Great show.
I started watching
Great show.
Curb, and then I think just because I was opening Max, I was just, like every so often you pass by the tiles soon enough and I started watching again.
I'm trying to think of shows that's not cartoons. 'Cause there's a lot of cartoons I think are good from beginning to end.
Yeah.
I think How I Bet Your Mother is consistently great from start to finish.
Never seen it.
Yeah, it's the white thing.
Mm-hmm.
I also, it's not, because I definitely know there's like some later seasons that the mass people didn't like, but I liked a lot. But there's a 90s sitcom called Coach.
I remember Coach.
Remember Coach?
I
Yeah.
loved Coach.
Coach
Coach
was
was
great.
good.
Coach was great.
And I loved those last seasons when he was at the Orlando Breakers and all that. People hated it, but I kind of love it. I like those.
This is probably an unknown show. I don't know if enough people know it, but Psych. I love
yeah,
that
No
show.
psych.
Yeah.
Psych's really good. Like from beginning to end. I really enjoyed it. Even though it kind of technically didn't end yet. Because they keep coming back and making movies. Like TV specials. But yeah, Psych.
Yeah.
Rock was great from beginning to end.
The season and a half. Yeah. Living Single.
Living Single was great.
I've never watched. I've watched a lot of that, but I don't think I've ever watched it. I watched whatever episode was on TV. I never watched it like episode to episode through a season. I don't think.
You know what? Fresh
I feel
Prince
the
of
same way
Bel-Air.
with like
Yeah.
Family Matters. It's a great TV show, but I don't know the whole discography of like
I would
the
tell
show.
you this, Donnie. When they moved Family Matters to CBS, it got fucking terrible.
Yeah, it was
Did it?
bad.
Yeah, it got bad. When they changed the networks, it got bad. They changed the
Yeah,
show.
'cause
and
all I
everything.
know is just like at the time, I wasn't watching TV like that at the time. I was just, if it was on, I watched it because we
Yeah.
only had so many channels. Right.
I saw some of those last seasons on TV. They're like, whoa, this is
Really,
awful.
Yeah.
This is really bad.
Yeah. I get that. I see that a lot. I try to rewatch Friends, and I don't think Friends is very good anymore. I feel the same way about, not that like this definitely doesn't matter because it's not like great TV, but Boy Meets World. That show is terrible. Like outside of being a teenager, like you grow up like this is just awful.
Ooh. The Wonder Years is great. Beginning to end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think some more shows like that.
I'm trying to think of anything like recent, and I cannot. I can't think of anything like recent.
Yeah. Archer has some seasons that go way out of left
Yeah.
field.
If you go,
I was gonna say Bob's Burgers.
I love Bob's Burgers. Yeah.
It's like
Bob's Burgers is
consistently
great.
good. Like it doesn't really matter what it is. Just turn it on and it's really good.
if you go cartoons, Gravity Falls is really good.
Gravity Falls is great.
It's really good. Have the solid beginning to end. That's a great one. Craig of the
And the
Creek.
fact that it actually ends is also good.
Yeah, it ends. It's over.
Like an actual ending.
Yeah. Craig of the Creek is like that. It's really good from beginning to end.
Never watched it.
Just a couple of them. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. What is the show that I'm thinking of?
Adventure Time is pretty good.
Yes, it
Beginning
is.
to end, and it has a like actual ending. But yeah, I can't think of like any non-cartoons that are recent that I've actually loved beginning to end. Well, Star Trek Discovery is one that I loved. I haven't watched the ending of it yet though, so I can't tell you. I haven't finished that.
I love-
it's the last season.
I love the Grand Tour on Amazon, but it's for car people.
The
But
Grand
it's
Tour?
really funny. It's really good. Yeah, it's the three guys, the three old guys from like Top Gear. You probably have seen them from, like they're British. You've probably seen them from like GIFs or TikToks and stuff. Well, actually, you have. I know there's a GIF that you use that's Jeremy Clarkson.
I don't even know who
You know
that
the-
is.
Yeah, the GIF of the GIF of the guy who goes, "Oh no." Well, anyway,
Yeah,
that's him. That's
I
from
thought that
Top
was
Gear.
a TV show, like
It is Top
a
Gear.
talk show.
Well, there's a segment of their show that is a talk show. It's in front. It's performed in studio audience. But oh god, I don't want to go down this tangent. Jeremy Clarkson says a lot of like outlandish shit. Right, he's been canceled like a half dozen times. They had a show called Top Gear. It ran for like 20 seasons. It was really popular in the UK.
I remember Top Gear.
He got canceled from that. Amazon picked it up and they created essentially the same show, but they called it the Grand Tour. It's on Amazon. It ran for the last, I don't know, 8-10 seasons, something like that. But essentially, these three guys, they have a lot of like camaraderie and chemistry together. They just do these crazy, dumb challenges with cars. But a lot of it's almost like a traveling show. Like they'll be like, we're going to do like a cross country trip across South Korea or the Philippines or China, or we're going to drive, like one of my favorite ones to do. This is a really good example. They decide that they're going to drive American like 80s luxury cars, like a Lincoln Continental and shit, down the streets of Paris. They're going to like just try to drive these cars around Paris. And you just see these people like can't make left turns and shit because the streets aren't wide enough. They can't park and stuff. And it's just dumb shit like that they get into. It's just shenanigans. It's really just shenanigans. They just do dumb shenanigan shit. They ended up driving cars in the rivers and stuff, and it's just kind of funny. But if you're like, it's really great, like background, noise. They drive supercars and stuff like that too. But a lot of times, my favorite episodes, they just drive like shit boxes. Some of them have challenges that like, I remember they put them in like Vietnam or something, and they were like, you have $20 million to buy a car and make it to like 300 miles from here in like 48 hours. And they're like, we have $20 million. That's amazing. And then you realize in Vietnamese that's like, it's like $900, like an hour currency. And they have to go around town trying to like, they all buy mopeds and shit and try to like, it's that kind of shenanigans. Stupid.
Interesting. All right. Teresa says, what's a scent that brings you right back to your childhood? Hers is trading cards and Play-Doh.
Play-Doh's a good one.
That's a good one. The smell of arcades.
What does an arcade smell like?
Happiness and joy.
Yeah, kind of has this
childhood and fun.
That's not a smell.
It is.
It's like a distinct smell to it. Like I guess you smell like the
stale popcorn.
Stale popcorn is a good part
like
of
a
it.
Movie theater.
Almost like a movie theater.
Bowling alley.
Yeah, like you can smell like the wood of the arcade cabinets almost.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's
a distinct smell they have. It's just, I know this because anytime you walk in certain movie theaters, you smell it. Or like if you walk in like, and David Buster's has that smell too. Just a unique smell to it.
Oh, those were the good old days. God, I miss arcades.
Yeah,
I miss being a child so much.
Yeah.
Mine is like the burnt smell of like an old radiator heater. That takes me like right back to like our old house in Cleveland.
Yeah, that's a good one. Trying to think what another good smell.
Plastic, like toys. Like the plastic of like the Ninja Turtles. Like that'll always take me back to like my childhood because all my toys smell like that.
You know what I thought of when you said plastic? NES cartridges.
Mm-hmm. That has a distinct smell too. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know that one.
Mm-hmm. John 32 says, what are the best imitation games you've ever played? I'm playing Rise of the Ronin and it's scratching the Ghost of Tsushima itch, even though it's not nearly as good. What games like this have filled a similar void for you?
There's gotta be so many like Doom clones and shit.
Right.
Well, I guess Alone in the Dark is feeling that itch for me right now for a Resident Evil clone.
Okay.
Feels like a Resident Evil 1 type game. A little slower pace, but I'm digging it. What's the other game that came out last year that people didn't like that I liked? That's that's supposed to be a quote unquote clone of Dead Space.
Callisto
Protocol. That was a good one.
I actually can't find a list of like game clones. The first things that came to mind to me are Saints Row and Mafia.
Those are great choices. Yeah.
But there's got to be. I mean, I know I love all my boomer shooters, and they're all like kind of a clone, but like they're not like Saints Row is just a carbon copy clone. I think it's just trying to be GTA, right?
Cool.
I'm trying to think of stuff that I play that is like a clone. I don't play enough games to play the clones of things.
Can I count?
Who?
Can I?
Yeah.
A clone of
Kenna
what,
is
though?
kind of it's kind of a linear Zelda clone.
See, for me, that I guess because the Zelda games that I think of when I think of Zelda is the top-down ones.
It's a
Yeah.
Twilight Skyward clone.
Yeah.
But honestly, I wouldn't really call it a clone. Bayonetta's a great
Well,
answer.
that's why it says imitation and not really a clone.
Yeah, it is an imitation. It is an imitation. That's really, it is that. Bayonetta's an outstanding answer.
Well,
Really good.
technically, Uncharted and the Tomb Raider remake.
Sure.
What are they imitations of?
I mean,
Of each
Uncharted's
other.
imitating, Tomb Raider.
And the Tomb Raider remake's imitating Uncharted.
I love
You're
Tomb Raider.
You're right, but at the
or
same
feel an
time, I think
itch.
Uncharted progresses so much more beyond Tomb Raider.
I agree.
Like it's almost like a sample. Like it samples a little Tomb Raider, but I don't know if I go as far as saying it's like an imitation, because it's really doing its own thing.
I think it surpassed it. I remember when Uncharted
It
first
really
came out,
did.
they used to call it Dude Raider.
Like it sampled the beat, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You made it a hot line, I made it a hot song. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Whereas, like the other ones I was thinking of, very much so. Like Saints Row is fucking copying the song.
Yeah, it is.
Like Pal World is fucking Pal World's doing the thing.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Rock Band? Rock Band's very good.
Yeah, it is.
Shamelessly copying that shit. Oh shit! I found an article. This is on CBR.com. Streets of Rage.
Oh, yeah, that is like Double Dragon.
Final Fight.
Oh, Final Fight. That works. Which one came first?
Which also was
Double Dragon.
Double Dragon. Yeah, Double Dragon came first.
Yeah, I was trying to make sure.
And I mean, that's like, so there's so many different just side scroller beat 'em ups, but I think Double Dragon is what started it all.
Yeah.
What a way to start a game.
I never even think about those.
I always think about it.
I do all the time.
In my head, it's just Streets of Rage.
I always think
Double
about
Dragon is the one arcade cabinet that I actually want. I fucking love that game. The sound, just everything about Double Dragon, like that is nostalgia for me, 1000%. And I love Streets of Rage. God, I love that game.
Yeah, me too. I mean, you know that, but Streets of Rage is my shit. The only reason I ever played any like games in that genre, the only reason I know the Ninja Turtles game and stuff is just because I was like, I love Streets of Rage. I saw a game, I was like, oh shit, it's like Streets of Rage. Like to me, that is the origin. I don't really know what came before it. I couldn't tell you what came first, Final Fight or Double Dragon, because to me, it's all Streets of Rage.
The first Double Dragon game on NES is terrible, by the way.
It is terrible.
It's really bad. The second one's great.
Second
First
one
one's
is
terrible.
really good. First one's terrible.
It's
And
terrible.
Double Dragon was released in the arcades in 87.
The birth year. I was not even one yet.
All right, let's do one more question, and then I think we all gotta go.
Okay.
DC Husser? Oh, God. If the universe is everything and it's expanding, what's it expanding into?
Fuck
I
if I
mean, he
know.
answered the question himself.
Thank you. That is my exact answer, Delvin. Fuck if I know.
Oh,
Took the words
I mean,
right out of my
see,
mouth.
You answered the question. The universe is everything. It's expanding into itself. It is everything
go.
and expanding.
Look
It
at
can
Hussey.
be. They can both be true at the same time.
Look at Hussey. Hauser. How you say your name? It's too goddamn late. Not even thinking about this type of stuff.
Goddamn existential questions.
I mean, just because something is expanding doesn't mean there's something else.
Fuck y'all talking
It
about.
could just be expanding.
Yep.
It could be the only thing, and it is getting bigger.
Yep.
It's not like a cup to fill. There's no constraints. There's no volume. It's the universe. It's everything, and it's expanding.
There you go.
I would really, I mean, not that I want to know. I would love a layman's breakdown for how they know it's expanding. Because I'm like, in my general, very uneducated oversight is I think they just don't know enough to understand what they think they're looking at.
I agree.
I think they think they're like, it's expanding. I'm like, I just don't think you can see far enough yet.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like how we used to think.
Now it's here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, yeah, we also used to think the Earth was the center of our galaxy. We thought our galaxy was the universe. Now we've found millions of galaxies. It's like, I just think your lens is only capable of so much. I'm not sure that you actually know that it's actually expanding.
Yeah, we're a grain of sand in the ocean.
We're a
basically what
speck. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
100%. It's like, I don't necessarily think you know what you think you know yet.
I got a question.
And that's based on history of humanity not knowing what we think.
I have a question, but if I ask this question, we're not never leaving. So
Don't ask because I got to get somewhere before the store closes.
You can go ask it.
No, I'm not asking the question. I'll save it for next week.
Then don't tease us. Don't tease us. Bullshit move, sir.
I'll ask the question, and I'll leave it at that. Do you think that in the whole universe, we are the only humans?
No.
Humans or humanoids?
Humans.
Wait a minute. Okay, that's a good question. But how do you differentiate?
See, there you go.
You mean no? Hang on, because I'm going to ask you. When you say human, do you mean DNA replication of what we are today?
Correct. That's how it would go.
Well, then, yeah, I don't know. I think there's infinite possibilities, and the chances that those infinite possibilities landed on the same lottery ticket twice, I think there's a chance. There's a chance of that's out there somewhere.
I think there's more than a chance because, again, we're just this little speck in this grand fucking thing.
I also think, based on planetary and universal conditioning, there may be like human creatures somewhere else that aren't what you think of when you think of us, but they are genetically, biologically makeup very similar to us, and I would count that. So I don't know exactly. Like, are you saying you light years over to somewhere and you see another Delvin, or you light years over and you see something that looks familiar to you like a human?
And that's why I said humanoid versus human.
Correct.
I will say this.
I definitely think there are humanoid creatures in existence.
By definition, 100%. I would say they have the same biology that we have. They look.
100%. That's true.
But they obviously probably wouldn't call them humans.
You would have to go out of your way with Chappelle amounts of evidence to prove me wrong for me to believe the opposite of that.
Yeah.
There's just too much possibility. There's too much chance.
Yeah.
Probabilities. Too much probability for me.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for this episode of Play Some Video Games. We got existential there for a moment, and that was weird. We'll do it again next time.
Try to finish the next one next week.
Yeah. We got like 10 more questions.
Tara, you say you have knowledge on this. Next time, bring that knowledge to the show next time. Bring us some notes or something like that.
Yeah.
That we can use. Notes.
And you got her, you assigning book reports?
Yeah.
Look, like you, Donnie. I've got notes. Let's go.
Got notes.
I don't know if y'all know this. Tara's like a freaking genius. She looks up at all this stuff and knows all the type of stuff. If I want to know something, I ask her.
She drinks and she knows things?
Yes, she knows everything.
My kind of person.
I love Tara. She's the best.
She is.
All right. Well, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, play some goddamn video games.
Since you weren't here, Dev, this one's for you.
Police in Tennessee are warning people to stop flushing drugs down their toilets and sinks. because they fear they could be creating meth gators. Yeah, this is a real thing. The Loretto Police Department posted this on Facebook after officers found a suspect unsuccessfully trying to flush meth and drug paraphernalia. Police say this is becoming an issue because the flushed drugs can end up in retention ponds and then head downstream. And experts say animals in that water, such as ducks, geese, and gators, can suffer the effects of those drugs.